And we are live. Ooh, and your cigar is billowing past my face.
Oh, sorry about that.
And I know you can't really see it too well, but yeah, all that white back there is ocean. Oh, you closed the screen doors. Thank you. No bugs tonight.
No bugs.
Well, we're in Manzanillo. Manzanillo.
Chat.
Yeah,
Then we can see who's here.
okay. I get that. And hey, we have hi Jesse. Corgisaurus, I love it. And Cindy. Ah, hola, James. Las Tunas, Manabi, Ecuador. Very good. Bienvenidos. And oh boy. Actually, it's not too uncomfortable right now
No.
at the moment,
No.
except I can't plug anything into my phone because the humidity makes the phone think that there's moisture in the port,
And they're in.
and there isn't. And it's very frustrating because everything that we do is on this phone, and I need to get it off this phone and onto the laptop that we're using. So I'm not sure what to do right now. I've already tried to hit it with a hair dryer.
And it only affects one phone.
Yeah, mine's just hypersensitive. As soon as we got into Manzanillo, we weren't even here yet.
No, we were on the way here.
Yeah, it was throwing those airs. Like it doesn't like the humidity.
Was it on the way or was it on the way to Soriano when we went grocery shopping? You tried to plug in. It sort of went. I think that's when it happened.
No,
First time. Whatever.
Anyway, it's humidity.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the reason is. So we're here. It's too hot. I'm 56 years old and I've been here 5 days.
4 days.
We got on a Saturday.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay.
Okay. And I've already got acne. I've got acne. I've been here 5 days and I have acne. And back sweat. And forward sweat, which is why I have no bangs right now. Because if I had bangs, I would look greasy within 3 or 4 hours.
Hey, I did put a shirt on.
Yes, you did.
So, yeah.
And yeah, and I can smell Mark from across the room sometimes because it gets so hot.
There is a lot of sweat here. It's just, I mean, when the low is 72, 73, and the high is 86, it's like, what are you gonna do?
It's a really cute Airbnb, but we've got no air conditioning.
No.
So we're running 3 fans in the bedroom at night, sometimes 4. Yes. Anyway, hi, Linda from Austin, Texas. Manzanillo and a bucket list. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just very humid. It's December and it's humid. It's not hot. The highs are about 85 or so, but then when you add the humidity in, it's more to feeling like 95.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't do well in the humidity. and I have to work. I made one trip down to the beach. I think I said it was
54 steps.
154 steps, literally stairs. There's I don't even know how many sets of stairs, but there's 154 steps down to the beach, and the water was quite warm, very nice. It's a very small, narrow beach with dark brown sand that also has some of the volcanic sand mixing in with it. So there's like these stripes of black sand. It's pretty cool. We haven't taken a walk anywhere yet, but I'd like to do that this weekend because it's a very, very small malecon, like the size of a sidewalk, and it wraps around most of this bay. And is it called Los?
Everybody who was saying, Las Hadas is the place.
Las Hadas.
That's it, right between our shoulders, right there. That's Las Hadas.
That little island that looks like Santorini. Well, not island, but
part of the peninsula.
Yeah. So we can walk over to there, and there's restaurants and there's an Oxo and things like that. Oh, and then on the other side of that area there, in the next bay over, I forget the name of the playa, but regardless, that's where the sunken ship is, and you can snorkel.
Well, that's the Bahía Manzanillo. This is Bahía Santiago.
Yeah, but I forget the name of the playa. It's
I
right.
don't know.
You literally could swim to the sunken ship from the beach if you want to swim for about 15 minutes. Mark's like, no.
Mm.
I think I could. I would probably be tired, but I could. But it's about a 15-minute swim. Yep.
There's already been orcas spotted here in the bay. There's sharks out there. There's all sorts of nasties out there. No, thank you. No. And I don't want to go back on my agreement with the sharks.
Okay. Well,
they stay in their home. I stay in mine.
The sunken ship looks really cool. It was an old, like an old freighter that carried ore, and at times it had carried oil. The story is that it went down in a hurricane, but the true story is that it ran aground about 5 years after the hurricane story. There was a guy who was a historian who did all the background research on it, when the ship was built, what country the ship belonged to, when it transferred hands, the whole history. And it basically ran aground, started to leak, and yeah, it wasn't salvageable.
By the time it did that, it was what, 70, 80
Yeah,
years old.
it was pretty old. So the cool thing about it is that the water is not real deep over there anyway. And so the sunken ship is in some parts, literally only just 4 feet below the water surface in some places. So you could, if you wanted to, probably stand on it in places, though you shouldn't, because it's now a home for coral. I'm
just,
moray eels.
See, again, now we can go the other Peter Benchley. We can go to the deep. And do you want to be Louis Gossett Jr.? No.
It has moray eels, octopus, spotted rays, lots of puffer fish, things like that. Seahorses.
Puffer fish, also dangerous.
Seahorses.
Well, you can't ride those.
No. I want to go, and I love snorkeling, and we brought our snorkel masks, so I'm hoping we can do that one of these weekends before we leave.
Yeah, you can have your choice of masks, even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can take my little camera back down under the water and hopefully get some really good footage.
They don't work well with facial hair anyway. So,
are you going to snorkel?
Like I said, they don't work well with facial hair anyway.
You can put Vaseline and stuff there. Are you going to snorkel?
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I said you can have your choice of masks.
He'll sit on the boat.
Uh-huh.
That's what he does. Hola, Andrew and Mary. Hey.
And Scott.
Ah. Creole Chihuahua. Hola. And thank you. We're going to try to stay cool. It is not easy here. Yeah, you aren't selling the town much. Well, the truth is if you can handle the humidity.
There are beach people.
Yeah.
That, there's a whole community of people that live here. And trust me, right across over there, the busiest port in all of Mexico. And those people are over there busting it every day, 24/7. That port never stops.
No.
So, they're out working in this. So to them, hey.
And we have hotel resorts on either side of us, not super close, but close enough that we can hear their evening shows that they put on for their guests.
You may get to listen to a part of that. Who knows?
I know. But, it's very pretty. Very pretty. I got some stunning photographs this morning of the sunrise. I got a few with a crescent moon in the sky. And and the fog, the haze was across the entire bay except for one peak of one mountain sticking up clear as day. It was really beautiful. And there was a nice thin little stretch of clouds. And so it was getting all that reflective light on it with the oranges and the pinks. It was really pretty this morning. Liked it a lot.
And you guys can see right here, they're putting in some type of new building. Looks like either condos or
another hotel.
And when that's completed, then this terrace will lose 3/4 of being able to see Las Hadas. So
that's true.
But judging by the amount of rust that are on those I-beams, it's been sitting for a while. So
it might be a lot like the last place we stayed in, where they start to build something, but they don't quite finish it. I don't know. Yes, the humidity really is rough. You know what, though? Huatuco is worse, I think.
Veracruz was the worst.
They're both worse than here.
I mean, Veracruz was just... Now, got to remember, Veracruz, we were there in May. And it was, I mean, which is...
Oh, yeah, that was intentional.
I know.
Yeah.
Could we stand the heat? No. You know.
And when we were in Huatuco, again, it was late spring, early summer, after the peak season. Again, can we stand the heat? No. And so now we're here in the winter and it's humid. Do I think we could stand the heat in the summer? No.
No.
No. But if you like beaches...
I mean, if we could put our house in Querétaro here and have this view and put in about 4 more mini splits to cool the kitchen and the TV room and the living room and never want to walk outside, yeah, maybe it's doable. But I mean,
it's very pretty.
Wow.
I haven't been snorkeling yet, but I do hear that there are some fantastic snorkeling spots around here. I did go snorkeling in Huatuco. The thing I can say about Huatuco is that the bays are stunningly beautiful. Some of them look like no one has ever walked on the sands.
Yeah, you feel like you're, stepping there going,
yeah,
I am the first person here.
But the snorkeling was just, it wasn't that great.
There wasn't a lot of marine life that was in that particular water.
The way I'm seeing online is there is a lot of good snorkeling here. So I'm kind of excited about that. I think the best snorkeling we've ever seen was off of Cozumel.
Well, it's one of the best places in the world for snorkeling and scuba, so it should be. I mean,
yeah.
That reef is right up there with the Barrier Reef in Australia. So, those are the two that set the bars.
That was the time.
Yeah.
When the two of us decided we were going to do a combination deep sea fishing / snorkeling trip. Now, Mark doesn't eat seafood. And if I were to have caught anything, I would have just let the guys on the boat keep it. So we tried that and we weren't hitting anything. And he kept going out a little further and a little further.
It was choppy.
Water was very choppy. So I'm fine. Although I have a touch of the runs a little bit, but I'm fine nausea-wise.
I was too till I hit the head and
then
the diesel.
Go into the bathroom because you had to step down into the inside of the boat to get to the bathroom. You don't have visibility. The boat is still moving pretty roughly at that. And that's what really, and I had to go because I had off and on had the runs for a couple of days. So I got sick going to the bathroom and I came back up and I'm just watching the horizon because I'm just waiting for it to calm down. He goes to the bathroom. Now he's sick. He comes back up and he just hurls. And the act of him throwing up made me gag, and then I had to throw up. Yeah. And so that was the end of the fishing. So then we went to snorkel. He doesn't want to snorkel because he's still trying to. First of all, he doesn't really like snorkeling, and his
I
son
don't like getting in the water.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
And I had bought an action cam, an underwater action cam, for the purpose of using it on this trip. And I mounted it to my head. And I had it turned on quickly while on the boat just to make sure it was functioning. And then when I get into the water, it's now turned off. I don't realize it's turned off. I was so incredibly disappointed because that was the best snorkeling trip I have ever had. The driver, the guide had given me some raw fish and stuff to hold in my hand, and every type of fish in the world was coming up to just eat out of my hand. It would have been amazing footage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get back up on the boat and it's like,
she goes to turn it off and it comes on and she's like, don't tell me. And it's
the
like
whole thing, 30 minutes, 30 solid minutes of me in the water, seeing the most incredible array of life, and not one clip of anything. I was disappointed. But that sunken ship's going to be my winner.
okay.
Yes, Cindy, I will post them as soon as I can get connected to my phone. I can't connect to my phone.
Which maybe when we get back to Querétaro,
I don't know what to do. If we do we have any rice? I could stick my phone in a bag of rice overnight.
I don't know. I don't think so. We didn't buy any. Wouldn't any reason to.
Yeah, I'll try to figure something out.
You got a bag and a half at home.
Yeah. There's just so much humidity in the air that I can't connect a cable to my phone at all. So I can't pull anything off the phone. And I don't know why, but I can't get Bluetooth connect to the laptop at the moment. I tried that earlier. I'll have to research why that's not working. And the only other thing I can possibly do is send them on my phone to my email and then pull them out of my email on my laptop. That's fine for photos, but that's not going to work for videos.
No.
Not for videos.
No, file's too big.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm a little frustrated right now, and I've got a bunch of stuff on my phone that I need to get off because this weekend is the Airbnb tour in Ajijic, which is already uploaded and ready to go. Next weekend is our first ever exclusive video review of a restaurant. Normally, we just show a bunch of restaurants.
Well, I wouldn't say it's exclusive because it's been reviewed before. We are doing exclusively
one restaurant.
Yeah.
On this video. So that one's going to be the following weekend. And somewhere in between there are some holiday stuff, something short, maybe 5 minutes. But I can't get any of the holiday stuff off my phone right now. So I don't know what to do about that.
May have to use mine.
That's not going to help.
Why would that not help? Mine doesn't have any connectivity problems.
I got to get them to your phone.
I'm talking about using my phone to take them.
No.
I understand. I'm talking about the holiday one we haven't recorded yet.
I have 5 minutes of holiday videos on here.
Okay. Oh, that part. Oh, the beef footage.
Yes.
Okay.
So
well,
I can't get them off the phone right now.
I'm just trying, going forward, we have to use.
Hi, Arlene. And Yvette. Hola. Okay, so we spent a lot of money in tolls to get here. When we set out, I think I had a little over 600 pesos on the Passe account.
872. And you put 1,000.
Oh, anyway, and I put 1,000 more on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, that should cover us.
It did.
It did. Barely. There's just a little over 600 left. So it cost us close to 1,200 pesos to get here in tolls.
And that number is going to go up when they finish the road.
That's right, because we went through one toll booth that wasn't activated yet because it's not officially open yet. And one of the toll booths, this was interesting, clearly had the price posted on the signage as you approached, and they charged us about 80 pesos higher, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I had two something, and it
Yeah,
came out to
212, and it came up to 304.
yeah, that's right. You're so good with numbers. He's so good with numbers.
Just. But yeah, they're making a whole new road from Colima into Manzanillo, and it is to say we got behind a couple of moderate drivers. We'll just be polite, and people were trying to figure out how to get around them, and it was down to a lane and a half, and well, you know how driving in Mexico, a lane and a half means 2 lanes for some people. So, and every, I don't know, 10 or 15 kilometers, they'd open it back up for a brief stretch to 2 solid lanes, and people blow that person by just like, and then all of a sudden you find out that, oh yeah, now I get to catch the next one. So
and we actually had some people that flew by and then got stopped and surrounded by 4 police officers.
4 police cars.
Well,
there's a whole bunch of officers.
4 police cars.
Mm-hmm.
They were surrounded by 4 police cars just a little bit up the road. And then as soon as they got set free, they ended up a little further up the road, zipping right past us again.
Yep.
It happens here too. We got a lot of warnings along the way of police presence at certain points.
Certain points. It seemed like it started from the time we pulled out of Balvanera and didn't end until we got
there's a lot of police presence.
About to the construction in Colima. And then it sort of was like, we don't have to worry about this stretch because nobody's going fast because it was 1 lane. So, I mean, that was the construction. But
it was a pretty easy drive.
Yeah.
We stopped 1 time for gas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just 1 time. Filled it up. We drove past the volcano. I had to look it up on the map because I wasn't exactly sure where we were and what I was looking at, but it was a volcano. There's a dormant volcano that gets snow on the top of it, and then there's an active volcano, sister volcano, very close to it.
Yeah, that was west of Guadalajara, between Guadalajara and Colima.
Yes. And the closer we got to this area, it was just lots of mountains or really tall hills. I don't know how to describe it. But we are on a hill. What a hill. We will not be walking anywhere here.
No.
We will not be walking. And the whole hillside is just like step condominiums. Just one section after another.
What you see right here is the roof of the one right below us.
Yep.
And then there's the pool, and then there's the beach. So
he hasn't been down to the pool yet. It's really pretty cute. It's a nice pool, but it's partially covered. Doesn't get sun all day. And
I'm getting sun.
I did get the tide schedules so I can see when high tide, low tide is, because when I was down there, it seemed to me like I was probably around low tide at the time. I could see the water line on one of the outcrops out here.
And folks, this is as calm an ocean as I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I was in the Navy, and this is calm. I mean, we've seen people out here water skiing in it and everything else, and it's like glass.
Oh, here we go. Hi, David. It was a warm, sunny day here, but it doesn't get too hot or too cold. Went to the famous La Guerrerense. Did I say it right?
Guerrerense.
I'll have to practice that one. I'm going to have to look it up too, because you say it's famous. I've never heard of it, so I'll need to look it up. Lunch and harbor.
Where's here? That's the question. Obviously, it's on the water because there's a harbor.
And a
Like,
Malecon.
Yeah.
Oh man. See, it's not, at least in Manzanillo, it's not really hot right now.
No.
This has actually been a cooler day than it has been for a few days.
If they say so. I mean,
Yeah, I think so.
And from what we're seeing from the weather forecast, this is going to be the norm.
Yeah.
It's going to be 85 to 88 and lows 71 to 73.
What do you use? It tells you the police are nearby. Google Maps.
And don't count on it to tell you in time to slow down.
Yeah, it's always a little bit delayed.
Yeah.
Like by the time they say it, you can already see you're approaching.
Yeah.
So,
I'm seeing the lights and all of a sudden it comes on. There's a police presence up ahead. And it's like, thank you.
Yeah. That's true.
Or even once it was drove by him and then it comes on and goes, there's a police presence up ahead. No, it's not. It's behind me now.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking all like, I didn't even.
And I just put it between 75 and 80, put the cruise control on them.
Yeah, I mean, we're not passing a bunch of people. We're pretty much running with the flow.
We're middle of the pack. I mean,
Yeah.
we pass our fair share of the trucks and the things like that. But, like the one red car that got pulled over, he blew right on by me. I was doing 80 and he was probably doing 100, 110.
Oh,
and then he was doing 0, as we went by again. So,
yeah. And the roads were actually in pretty good condition.
Yes.
They were really pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, going home, we have to take that section of 45 from Celaya, from Irapuato into Celaya, and they're redoing that road. They've redone it going west. They haven't done it coming the other direction, and it's rough. It's rough.
We really haven't gone anywhere since we got here except to go to get groceries at Soriana. And we got to get down a hill. I mean, like it's a hill to get up here. Actually, it's hills up and down, both directions. But once we're at the bottom of that, all of the up and hills, when we're at the bottom, we're on the main drag where the Soriana and the La Comer, there's
Walmart,
KFC, Pizza Hut,
Office Max.
Yeah.
I mean, it was sort of like going, we in the U.S. here? I mean, because there's a strip there where it was just sort of like, U.S., Carl's Jr., Burger King.
And a convenience store we've never seen before.
Kiosco.
Never been in one.
No, they started showing up just on the other side of Colima, and then all of a sudden it was like every gas station we passed, normally, Querétaro area, that's going to be an Oxxo, possibly a Super Q. Down here, Kiosco. It's like, okay.
Although there is an Oxxo.
There's an Oxxo, and then
if
we go up and down the hills and get down to the bottom, there's a Kiosco down there, and it's like, okay.
Oh, ravioli and beef pasta sauce. Ravioli. Is it meat ravioli or cheese ravioli? Because I like both, but he only likes meat ravioli.
I'm a carnivore.
And even the meat ravioli, I think, is actually a mix of ricotta and meat.
And I prefer mine, especially with ricotta, without it. Because ricotta is not my favorite cheese anyway.
I wouldn't have known that.
I've
made my $50, now I call it $100 lasagna for years, and I put a ton of cheese in it. And it's all these expensive cheeses. And he never said anything about not liking all that cheese.
Because everybody else in the family loves it. So it was one of those where you just took one for the team, shut up, and go, everybody else is enjoying it.
Yeah.
Just, to them, it was all special.
Look, we're starting to get some of the...
I see that. We're starting to see the light.
Nice.
So it was one of those where, hey, I'm not ruining it for everybody and be that person that goes, can we do this without all this? Because everybody else likes it. So...
Yeah, it's got.
I mean, even my daughter requests that she makes it, so.
It's got ricotta, mascarpone. I put chopped up prosciutto in it, in the cheese filling. What am I missing? Pecorino Romano, Parmesan Reggiano. I know I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Sometimes I add a little bit of Swiss to it. It depends. Depends on what the flavor is. If I want a little more of a sharpness, I'll add some shredded Swiss in there too. But that's usually it. So it's 4 or 5 different types of cheeses just in the filling. And then we've got the layers of the sauce and the meat and more cheese, whether it's provolone or mozzarella or whatever I'm using. So yeah, it's a lot of cheese. And he doesn't like a lot of cheese. Oh, well.
We have one cheese connoisseur in the family. That's enough. Yeah.
Who would that be?
Oh, duh.
Cheese. I like my cheese. Okay, I got lost here.
Love the background.
Ah, yes. Yes, it's getting very pretty, isn't it? It's gonna be really beautiful
And then
pinks and
here
oranges.
in a little bit, the lights will start twinkling and it'll be like, ah.
Ah.
So and that is the beach over there is where Bo did her run. So that's Las Adas.
Oh, that's the beach.
That's the beach.
Oh. I'm not going to do that run. I'm not going to try to recreate that. I'm sorry.
That's
bugs. And now
when we got lights on, we're going to attract them. So
I know. When I was on the Malecon, I went by Mercado Negro Fish Market because I'm making pesto shrimp with angel hair pasta for cena. I think that sounds yummy. You would not like that.
I don't hear a moo there.
No, I know.
No.
I know. But it sounds very yummy.
Yes.
Have you experienced any earthquakes? Well, we've only been here for
A little over 4 days.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 days. So not yet, not here, but we have when we were in Oaxaca.
And Huatuco.
In Oaxaca, we felt the building vibrate.
Huatuco.
In Huatuco, the ground rippled.
Yeah,
literally rippled under our feet. That was different.
That was like, okay, what was that?
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I've never felt anything like that before.
No.
And it wasn't a shake. It wasn't anything violent. It literally was a ripple under the feet. Like my feet went like that. Good evening. Hey, Willie from Querétaro. Anthony Bourdain made La Guerrerense famous. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Ensenada.
Yep.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, my feet are getting itchy. I think bugs are biting my ankles. I'm getting itchy. That happens with me. They just love me. I'm like sweet meat or something. It is cheese and spinach in meat sauce. Well, that sounds yummy. Ravioli. I know. Not for you. Not the cheese nor the spinach.
Nor the spinach. I am the true quintessential meat and potatoes eater. That's me.
Yeah. This will give us something we can talk about just a little bit that we did not address in the video. The water situation was interesting. What we don't discuss in that video, because we didn't want to make a big broadcast thing about it, was all the other stuff tied to that stay. Oh, we're getting yellow now.
Hold on.
No, that looks good. We're good.
This needs to go.
Okay. The building we were in was the condominium side. The building that's not finished that looks just like it frame wise, structurally, was going to be a resort hotel, Radisson Blue. The person who was the developer for the property, his son was our host. And his father had one of the biggest houses in the Pravada.
Our host grandfather.
Oh, I'm not, yes.
I mean, 'cause it's hard to follow this.
Not if I say it like this. The developer's son was our host, and his father has a big house
Yes.
in the property.
But there was two males in there, and you don't know which one you're referring to. So,
and the developer's father is very well known and very well respected.
very philanthropic in the entire community,
Yes.
and has donated to a lot of schools and libraries and things like that.
And he probably owned all the land that this Pravada was built on and everything else. We don't know that for certain, but that's an assumption. We just know that
His house was there before
yeah.
they had El Dorado.
Yeah.
So they built it around.
And he's just very well respected in the Lake Chapala area. Well, the developer, which would be his son, the developer who is responsible for the condominium and potentially this hotel resort.
That Radisson was involved in.
Yeah.
I mean,
this developer was involved with another businessman, actually two businessmen, and one of those businessmen passed away. I looked all this up online, the Guadalajara News and everything else. So one of the businessmen passes away, and the developer and the remaining businessman apparently did some things where they didn't turn the deceased man's funds over to his family.
they basically cut him out.
They cut him out, and they kept whatever profits they were making. And that family sued him,
Rightfully so.
for fraud. There was a big picket sign protest. The local community didn't like the fact that the developer was then arrested for fraud and put into jail, and had been in jail for approximately 3 years without
Due process.
due process. Yeah.
Without having a trial.
So he's in jail for this, like he's convicted, when he hasn't had his hearing or anything yet. And because of his ties to his philanthropic father, who everybody loves and respects, there was a lot of support to get this man out of jail. Well, while he was in jail, a man was gunned down in the shopping mall, not even a half mile away from where we were staying. And
it was like a big deal, because that really doesn't happen in the Ajijic, San Antonio, Chapala area. That's just not
no,
an area that's known for that. So this was like, what,
yeah. And he's in jail at the time this happens, and somehow, some way, they tie that murder, that hit, back to him in jail. So now he's got
and this,
the fraud and now murder.
and they
hanging on him.
did convict him of being the instigator for the hit.
They
So,
did.
I'm just saying. So
I know.
that one he was put on trial for and was indicted and convicted, and so now he's in there. So we didn't want to really.
Yeah, we didn't want to give names. We didn't want to.
No.
You can look all this stuff online.
Yes.
If you want to do your research, it's all over the internet.
But we're here trying to protect the innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I also read a couple theories, because again, this developer's father was very well respected in the community, and a lot of people felt like the developer was not getting fair treatment.
which for the first 3 years, I'd agree with that. He was held in jail without being convicted. So,
However, a lot of people say that he had some conflict with another businessman in the area, and a lot of people think that he was set up for this murder. Don't know. But what it did basically teach us is that, yes, in some parts of Mexico, fairness, due process, and things like that can be questionable. And anyway, the developer owned the unit where we were staying. And because of his situation and where he is, his son was managing it.
and the uncompleted half of the second half of our building, or the twin building that was being built, has sat there for 6 years.
Minimum.
Boom, with nothing because of the lawsuit. And then in talking to the guy who was sort of the head of the security for the building that we were in, he was like, yeah, then the government's getting involved, and they have liens on it now and everything else. So nobody really wants to touch that. And given all the stories, I can't say as I blame them.
I mean, I went down a rabbit hole. I pulled up news article after news article. I even had most of them, of course, in Spanish, and I had to get them all translated. It was something else. It was some major drama, and I don't know. We kind of was like, wow, what a story this would be. And then the more we thought about it, we're like, you know what, we're not gonna. The names shall not be mentioned.
It was a great story that we sat around and talked with Mark and Vicky and Annie, Vet, and Arlene, and we told them about it when we got back. But it was like,
yeah,
we could probably have a huge video on this murder in Ajijic, and people would be like, oh, and oh, boom, there it goes,
yeah,
250,000 views, and then bang, no,
it's one of those things where you're kind of like, we don't know what really happened there.
Mm-mm.
And we don't know who's really involved in what happened there.
Mm-mm.
And if they're able to reach out and knock somebody off in a parking lot in Ajijic or Chapala, or well, actually it was San Antonio. Thayacapan. If they're able to do it like that, they can find us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, duh.
No problem.
Gee.
Yeah. So that was, it's a great Airbnb story. You guys are going to love it, I think. And it was an unusual situation that we've never encountered anywhere else. But there was a whole lot more to what was going down that we just didn't get into.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That was just not. No, we don't need to go down that rabbit hole.
I even actually said to the person who was sharing this with us, I'm like, wait a minute, is there any cartel relation, any cartel connectivity to this? He's like, no, I don't think so. Like, we'll just assume that there could be.
Yes. That's a smart answer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
when in doubt, assume that yes, there is.
Yeah. Cooking a pork loin and mashed potatoes. Oh my goodness. Oh, I bet that's good. I bet it smells wonderful, Mary.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. And let's see. Checked out my home in Ann Arbor, and it says it's 34 degrees. Bundle up. Mexico's calling you. Come on, Cindy. Come on down.
Yeah, Ann Arbor. I mean, I got aunt and uncle that live in Brighton, and it's like, I'm like, why? Why don't you just move to Florida? I mean, I get it. I guess if you grow up with it, but Thank you, Dad. And thank you, Mom, for having the common sense to move from Michigan and move south.
Oh, yes.
You know,
What am I thinking of here? I had an idea that popped in and it popped right back out again. I got so much going on in my head right now. Oh, we did try to go see the Nutcracker.
oh,
I bought tickets.
that was the night after our last live. What? No.
Yeah.
That was
It was
last Thursday.
The Thursday before we left.
Yeah, that was last Thursday.
I bought tickets because Romy from my place at Querétaro, Romy has been a professional ballet dancer most of her life, and she plays the mother role in the Nutcracker every year. So I bought tickets. They were about $25 each. We were going to sit very close to Lee's and her family and friends. And we left 90 minutes before the show began. I wanted to get flowers to give to Romy. Neither place that we went to for flowers was open. One of them was supposed to be open till 9 o'clock at night. And we got there about 7:30 and they weren't open, 7:45. So I'm like, you know what? That's it. Let's just head into town. We just don't have flowers. Yeah. Heading into town was not something the traffic. Okay. So what we need to say is we were unaware that the night before the day of the Virgin Guadalupe it's like the weekend before major holidays in the United States. Traffic is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And so Thursday night, the night before, was insane.
Yeah.
We had 90 minutes to get to Querétaro, and we don't live that darn far away.
No.
We're like 15-minute drive.
Well, I mean, the GPS came up and said it was 18 minutes to get from the last floral shop that we tried that had the sign going Abierto and a sign on the door going Cerrado.
Right.
Like,
so chances are we weren't finding flower shops that are open because it's like kind of like Christmas Eve. It's the eve before a major holiday in Mexico, and they didn't have their regular hours. Just kind of guessing.
And, yeah. It was a lot longer than 18 minutes. I can tell you that.
So
we spent 18 minutes in front of Victoria Mall just trying to go that little bit. So
we get to the parking at the venue, and it's like 5 till the time that the show starts. And the mother is in the first part of the show. The only reason we're going is because Romy's in this and she's playing the mother. It's 5 minutes till the show starts. And we're kind of like...
We're getting ready to pull into the parking lot. And we're the car that they go, we're full. And we're like, really?
And it took us forever just to get to the parking lot. Like we creeped.
And creeped. And creeped.
And now we're like, now what are we going to do? And I'm sending messages to Liz, and I'm like, the parking lot's full. We don't have anywhere to park. And she's telling us to park in the roads, the streets behind the venue.
And we're seeing people coming running up these streets with flowers and everything else. And it's like.
And then she said she parked in the parking garage for Victoria Mall. Well, we're past that now.
Ain't getting back to that.
We ain't gonna be able to get back.
It'd take us an hour to get back to that mall.
So it's like a quarter after now. The show surely has begun. We're still not parked. And then we would have to walk who knows how far to get into the venue. By the time we would get in there, it would be damn near 9 o'clock.
Romy had been done.
She would have been done.
Yeah.
He's frustrated. I'm frustrated, but he's really frustrated because this is just terrible traffic. Absolutely horrific traffic. And I'm like, you know what? Just let's go home. 45 minutes to get home.
Mm-mm. No, we stopped off at the girls' house at Annivette and Arlene's because Mauricio had dropped off my cigar shipment there. And I was like, you guys got beer? No. Okay, we'll stop. Because you're going to have some now. Because I had to stop off and go, yeah, I got a 6-pack. Because it was like, nah,
But it still took 45 minutes.
Still, going out of town.
To get out of town and back into El Pueblito, 45 minutes. That's a 15-minute drive, guys. 45 minutes, and we passed 3 accidents along the way.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like the traffic was insane. And now we know. Now we know. Do not think you're going to go out and get anywhere quickly on the eve before the
if we do that next year, it will be call an Uber. Just drop us off. And
well, that's true.
We'll deal with it when.
And we're going to give ourselves about 2 hours to do it too. Yeah. So I paid for tickets that we didn't use. We didn't get to see Romy perform. And we spent over 2 hours just driving on congested road all around Querétaro.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Just craziness. But we did go out for dinner. We met some subscribers. We went out for dinner, and then we walked around and saw some of the lights. Just was that Tuesday night before or Wednesday?
That was Tuesday.
It was a couple days before. And I was wondering why there weren't a lot of people out. There were not a lot of people out. Well, yeah, because it was 2 days. I bet you the night of the Nutcracker show, there was probably a ton of people.
Well, and I mean, certain little things like we have encountered in the past. The village inside the church courtyard wasn't up yet. And
that was weird.
And so we were just sort of going, okay, I think they're gearing towards this weekend having everything going. But it was fun to walk around there and see what was going on.
Yeah, it was. We went back to Tiqua that night.
Oh yeah.
And Tiqua's really good, but they give you so much food. I couldn't finish it all. Got a really pretty orange and blue happening back there.
There we go.
Yeah. Jesse, listen, y'all tell that story. Where is that application for?
It was. And that was, it's one of those things that happens and you go, okay.
Oh, the story.
Could that happen anywhere? Yes. Does it happen anywhere? Yes. Business deals gone bad?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That it was quite the story. But you know what? Too much drama. Jesse, I'm telling you right now, there is drama in Lake Chapala. Just saying, there is drama. It's there. Some people feed into it and other people avoid it. But it's there. Where if you want to find it, you'll find it.
Well, there's people there that are looking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just,
Yeah.
They want that same sense of confrontation that they got in the U.S. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, So, and last live, we told you that Gina and I were squaring off in the semifinals on the fantasy football. She's like, oh, yeah. It was a 2-week playoff, and it came down to Monday night.
Yeah.
She had one player.
Yeah.
And she was 17 points behind, and that's doable. But Miami just stunk the joint up, and it was,
My player didn't pull through for me.
So
my player didn't even perform as well as predicted.
No, it was not. So it was one of those. It was like she's going, congratulations. There were still 5 minutes left in the game, and I'm going, he gets a 60-yard touchdown pass. He gets 6 for the yard, 6 points for the touchdown, and that would have been 12 points, and it had been like, oh, you won by a point. So no, it was like, no, don't be saying congratulations yet.
Either way, we were coming home with a minimum of $60.
Yeah.
So now you're going off for the playoff.
Now I gotta play my sister, which, in the grand scheme of things is the way it should be, because at the end of the regular season, I was in position 1 and my sister was in position number 2. So it's 1 against 2 for the championship. So, yeah.
So, yes, Cindy, it was disappointing. It was, because I wanted to get flowers. We couldn't find any place open for flowers. I wanted to get there on time. We couldn't get there on time. Now we're going to be late. But then it was like we were getting to be so late that we weren't even going to get to see Romy perform. And it was just like, you know what? We've had enough. Let's go home.
And I was in no mood. By the time after the guy went, no, we're full, that was sort of like the straw that went, are you kidding me?
Yeah. He was frustrated, for sure. And he hasn't been in a while, because exactly what Annie's saying here. We're spoiled by not regularly experiencing that traffic. Yeah, because we are south of the city and we don't have a lot of traffic. Querétaro is growing rapidly, and they're not growing fast enough for the population growth that they've experienced, although they've tried. Traffic can be pretty bad. When we were over at Mirador, traffic near the Arcos.
Well, that's always bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that stretch of 57D going from basically the Mirador area up to just a little bit past the Arcos, that little stretch is always congested.
Yeah.
We've encountered that day, night, morning. It's always just a zoo over there. So,
but getting in and out of the city can be taxing.
Well, and we're spoiled because, like, if we were to go to San Miguel de Allende or to San Luis Potosí, we have a carretera that runs on the west side of Querétaro that's real close to us. It's very close to Anivet and Arlene. We just shoot on that, and we skip that whole congestion area over on the right hand or the eastern side of the city, and we're up and boom, gone. Chink. So,
yeah.
Where we were when we went, like last year for the meet and greet, where we were going, it didn't make any sense to drive all the way over to get to that, because even with congestion, that would have been about the same amount of time. So,
Yep. And Mark is drinking again, but you would lose your bet.
You would lose that bet.
Because the only time he drinks is during these lives, with exception of last week after that traffic at Querétaro. He did have a 6-pack last week.
No, I had 4 and Annie had 2, but yeah.
So you had 4.
Yeah.
But typically he only drinks the beer when we do our lives.
Yeah.
Or if we're at a barbecue or something, which we might have a couple of those every few months.
Yeah. I mean, we have a get together or something, but no.
I would say he probably drinks about every other week, about every 2 weeks, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's always beer. He very rarely drinks anything other than beer. So I've got ciders here somewhere, but I don't.
I've got them over here.
I'm still drinking my iced tea, but yeah. So Willie says, I tried to get tickets and couldn't. The first time I checked, they had good seats. By the time I was able to pass through the weather seating part, they only had last rows. The tickets that I got, Willie, weren't even halfway. They were, I want to say JJ. I think I was in row JJ, something like that, or II. But I picked those because they were close to Lee's.
I was responsible for getting us there. That was, where we sat was like, unless I walk in with 3 ladies in Chicago's playing and the lady tapped me and says, come with me, and then we go down the front row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, no worries here. I'm trying to show it, but it's not showing it. There it goes. No worries. We try to address everything. We try to address everything. So yeah, his beer does last pretty long. Even when we go grocery shopping, I think you only buy beer like maybe every other trip,
if that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It depends. It depends on what he buys.
And it depends on if we have a party, because God knows if we have a party, Willie leaves some beer, and say Sarah leaves some beer.
That's true.
And then next thing I know, Mark and Vicky will leave a few beers. And next thing I'm looking at the little Coke fridge, and I'm like, oh my God, this thing is packed.
Yeah.
And literally that, I mean, even on Sundays when football's on, I'm out there drinking my Coca-Cola, having a cigar, watching the game.
See, now that's a thing. This guy's addicted to Coke, and I don't mean the drug. I mean a 3-liter bottle of Coke per day. And someone recently brought up that he's going to get diabetes. Look, folks, I was a lab technician, pre-med lab scientist. When we get our labs done, I always look at his lab results.
And she goes,
and I'm disgusted with how healthy he is. It's ridiculous how healthy he is.
For as bad a lifestyle as I lead.
Much sugar as this man dumps into his body, number one, he should have kidney stones like crazy all the time, and he doesn't. He has had them, but it's not because of Coke. It's other things. He never drinks water, like ever. But his kidney function tests are good. His sugar is good. His cardiac enzymes, cholesterol, triglyceride, everything is good. I'm over here trying to watch what I eat.
Drinking water.
I'm taking metformin to keep my sugar down. I drink water all day long. Genetics, man. It's genetics. I don't know what else to say.
I don't either.
What you doing?
I'm
killing the light.
I'm trying to get it so we're not washed out.
Maybe I'll take these off for now. There we go. Yeah, so it's hard for us to talk about Manzanillo at the moment. Oh my God, the light.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Can you turn it down some more?
As low as that goes.
For real? You're a little bluish over there.
All right, get ready. It's going to go bright again.
Oh, God. Bright light.
Okay.
So we haven't been in Manzanillo long enough to really say a whole lot about it, other than the fact that we do have a quite lovely view, and we have a very comfortable Airbnb for the most part, small, but no air conditioning. So it gets really, really, really hot.
Yeah. It was really brutal when we got here Saturday. Part of that was, we basically loaded the car Friday night, so that made it real easy for us Saturday morning. I mean, both of us were up. I was up at, 5:15, and we set the alarm for 6, and so we had plenty of time to put together the last minute things to throw in the back of the car. And
oh God, it is so nice to not have a ton of stuff to pack.
And so we got all that done.
Yeah.
And we had a departure time, target of 7. And if it hadn't been for the fact that I had to restart my phone so we could get the address put into it, we even restarting the phone, it was 7:03 when we pulled out of the driveway. So we were like, we're right on time, But it was a 8-hour drive, which, by the way, I made with just one stop.
You're right.
I know.
Wow.
I know. Which, folks, that normally doesn't happen.
He has a tiny bladder.
So we made it, good time, made it through there. Everything else got here, and we were like, oh crap, we're an hour early. And not a problem. got in. Then we had to unload everything, get it in here, which, now you're doing that at 2:15 in the afternoon. It was warm, it was hot, and it was like, okay, we were dressed for weather when we left. It was upper 40s.
Oh God.
And both of us were wearing,
long sleeve
a hoodie and
long sleeve t-shirt.
And when we did stop, I took my hoodie off but it was like, we got here, it was drenched. It was. So, and
I'm back to the sweat running down my back. The same stuff. I can't stand in the bathroom and put makeup on without sweat running down my back. It's kind of gross. I know that's TMI, but anyway, too much sweat. Oh, and our hot water doesn't make it through an entire shower. Now I got through it.
Half a shower.
I got through it okay tonight because I turned it on, got wet, turned it off. Shampooed my hair, sudsed up, turned it back on to rinse off, turned it off. Shaved my legs, turned it on to rinse off, turned it off. Put on my bath oil, turned it on to rinse off. I mean, I had to keep doing that. Otherwise, I would have run out of hot water.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
But unlike San Luis Potosí.
Well, unlike San Luis Potosí, it feels good here. Because, I mean, by the time you get a little bit of warm water so that you wash through the hair, shampoo the beard and everything. And then it's like, okay, hold on. Now it's starting to cool down. And suddenly it's like, yeah, that really does feel good.
You get used to it because it's warm here. So that's not so bad.
Yeah.
But when we were in Valladolid, we had no hot water at all. And so you had to wait until late afternoon to take a shower so that the water was warm in the tinaco.
Oh, in Valladolid,
that was just like, oh, gosh, that was horrible. And I know you're going to pull them back, right? Because they're so.
Back. Is that better?
I for now.
Okay.
Yeah. So Annie is so right. Well, at least with regard to Mark, the beer does last a long time in the fridge. It does. It really does. It's so funny. And Mark is healthy, and that's all that matters. It's true. But man, 3 liters of Coke a day. Oh my goodness.
My body would go into shock if I went no more Coke. It would probably go, huh? What is going on here?
We probably save money now because we have home water delivery. We get water from the Ciel distributor, which is Coca-Cola. And when they come by, we will stick out an empty Garrafon to let them know we need something, or a bottle of Coke. We'll stick out a bottle of Coke because Mark will buy an 8-pack of 3-liter bottles of Coke from these people, and it'll last a week, roughly, maybe a little more.
But I mean, let's put it this way: we get home, I think I'm probably 6. I think there's still 5, 6. 5, 3 liters still left. So, but that was by design because we get home on a Saturday. Well, time Thursday rolls around, I'll have 1, maybe 2, and no, give me 8 more.
We need more, 8 more Coca. Coca. Okay, Mark should shave his beard and sport handlebars mustache. He's done this. We were in the Dominican.
Oh God, yeah.
And
I grew
big, long.
I grew one like Paul Senior.
Paulie Senior
from Orange County Choppers, and it was 3 inches hanging down.
It was thick and long, and the people who worked at the resort wanted to take photos with them.
Whatever.
I was like, that's when you were talking about possibly getting a tattoo too. I think he was going through his bad boy biker phase.
Yeah. That passed.
It passed. He didn't get a tattoo either.
No.
If you take metformin, you are superhuman. I had to stop. That stuff is brutal. I do take it. I take it every day, although I have to get our labs checked again to see how I am. I'm going to try to wean it back to every other day, I think. And I also take lisinopril, which is one of those things. It's for hypertension. And I've been on lisinopril now for
10 years.
Oh my gosh, longer than that.
Okay.
I was seeing a doctor over in New Kensington.
Oh, that's a lot longer.
Yeah.
That's pushing 30 years.
25 years or so I've been on lisinopril. And I tried to get off of lisinopril before we came to Mexico. And my doctor at the time's like, that may not work like that. There's some things you can, like she said, I was doing really, really good with my blood sugar. And she was thinking about cutting back my metformin. But the lisinopril I was never going to get off of. And that's one of those reasons why I haven't even attempted to look into seeing if we can get some kind of insurance in Mexico, because those are both pre-existing conditions. Right?
Well, I mean, I stopped taking my methotrexate because I've been taking that for...
I wondered about that. You only take it like once a month, right?
No, I take it once a week.
Oh.
But I stopped taking it for about 4 months and 4 or 5 months because you're only supposed to take it for so long. And so I was like, all right, I need to give my body a little bit of a break from it. And then when I started to notice that I was getting patches of psoriasis and everything again, then it was like I gave it one more month after I first noticed, and then got back onto my methotrexate, and it went bye-bye, and my joints are feeling a little bit better. I looked into possibly, because I was taking Enbrel with methotrexate in the States, and, Enbrel had that savings card, so it was costing us nothing. We weren't even paying anything for it. And then get here to Mexico, and I looked it up, and I was like, okay, let's see what it's going to cost down here. And
it was a lot.
It's about almost 11,000 pesos for a 2-week supply.
That's wild.
22,000 pesos a month. And I was like, I feel pretty good. And literally I do. I mean, I going even into the next one, are there aches and pains? Yeah. I mean, about to turn 65 years old. Yeah, there's aches and pains, sleep wrong and you wake up in the morning and go, yeah, you ain't getting out of bed that way. It's like, okay. So
look, the hill. Yeah, it's lighting up.
Las Alas.
And going into that, yes, you feel like you have no energy because you're getting up in age. I fear that stage. Do I feel like I have no energy? I run all day. I am always online for work by about 6:30 in the morning, roughly. 7 at the latest. I'm always up by 7 at the latest in the morning, and I run all day. I don't go to bed till 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Besides work, I do the videos. I try to find time to watch some of my favorite shows. So Stranger Things is just about to come up on the final few episodes, and I just finished the first season of Welcome to Derry. I started watching Outlander again, but I typically don't have time for even TV. I'm just busy all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now he takes a nap in the day.
I mean, what's really interesting is before we moved down here, I got up at 3:30 every morning to go to work.
Yep.
And so even when we got down here, I was consistently up by 5 o'clock. I mean, it just was years of getting up. And it really hasn't been until we got the Balmanera. And I mean, even when we first got over to Mirador, 6:30 because she would get up. She had to be at work at 6, and so by 6, maybe 6:30, I'd roll out of bed, and so it was slowly changing. We got the bulb in there, and now there's been days I've rolled over and looked at it and gone, it's 8:30. And so, and that's not me, so is it changing? Possibly. I get up and then, about noon, 1:00, I go read. When I read, I can sometimes read for a couple of hours and not have a nap. Most of the time it's like a 20-30 minute nap that somewhere falls in there. And so,
that was interesting.
What's that?
Turn your light down. Look what happens when you block it.
Okay.
I actually have color.
Let me. I don't know if that goes down anymore, but oops.
Bright light.
Well, let me pull it back some.
Okay. Oh, I have color again. Are you guys going to fly the drone? Yes. I have to see if it's going to allow me to fly out of this hole right here. I have to give it a shot.
Or we may have to go out to the parking lot.
I really don't want to do that for this reason. My drone is linked to my phone by GPS. If there's a building in the way, it's going to take off straight up into the sky
just
until it finds my phone again. So I don't want to put concrete between me and the drone.
Well, maybe do it from the beach.
Maybe.
Then there ain't nothing between you and the drone.
Maybe. But I do want to fly the drone. Yes. I think there's to be really, really beautiful views from this bay. And I wouldn't mind taking it over to the wrecked ship and flying over top of that as well. But I can't do it from here because that hill's going to be in the way. And again, I'll lose connectivity to the drone. And it'll do this crazy thing where it shoots straight up into the sky and tries to find me again. And I don't like when it does that.
No, it did that in Guadalajara, and I got nervous because it just, we were already at the top of a 12-story building, and then it just went, boom, and it was like, uh-oh.
Well, sometimes when you're in a city too, there's like radio towers and stuff will interfere with the signal, and I'll lose control of it then too. And when that happens, like it either pauses and freezes, or it goes straight up into the sky until it finds the signal again. Makes for some great video though, because it's really high up there. Hi, Suzanne. Hope you like Manzanillo. We were saying we don't know yet how we feel about it, other than the fact that it is hot, very humid.
It is.
It's so humid, my phone won't even allow me to plug a charger in because it's giving me moisture warnings. My phone hasn't been near anything wet, but the humidity is causing my phone to go berserk. So, yep. My hubby was taking lisinopril for close to 15 years. One morning he woke up with a swollen lip and swollen eyes, and the nurse took one look at him and asked if he took lisinopril. Wow, that's interesting. Allergic reaction, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's lisinopril with hydrothiazide, and there's lisinopril without.
I don't know.
And hydrothiazide is kind of like a water pill. So, but that would have nothing to do with swollen eyes and swollen lips.
You wouldn't think.
Yeah. Hey, Tommy. I was watching from the car driving down from skiing today. Have you guys tried the pharmacy at Sam's Club in Mexico? I get all my meds there now instead of CVS. Most are free if Plus member. We don't have a membership to Sam's Club because we like Costco better.
Well, and quite honestly, with the affordability issue of going to either if it's something like lisinopril or someplace something like that, if we go to Similaris, we get it even cheaper.
Oh yeah, and then they'll do specials and
You know,
sales.
and if you hit them on the right day of the week, normally Wednesday, it's you buy 2, you get 3 free. I mean, they do some insane
sales.
Sales, and so it's like, okay, and that is if it is something that is available to be as a generic, because that's basically all Similaris sells, hence the name. And so, we try and hit them for the normal maintenance drugs. And then Guadalajara is the one we use otherwise. But even still, I mean, the prices are so, I mean.
Oro. We've gone Oro quite a bit.
In YZA, we've hit all of those in our travels. But if you're looking for a good deal on maintenance meds, you are not going to beat Similaris. That they are. Yeah,
Similaris is really good price wise.
Mm-hmm.
But Guadalajara has been very good too. And like I will get pretty regularly, I will get diclofenac, diclofenaco, lisinopril, the metformin, hydrochlorothiazide. I take the hydrochlorothiazide every other day. I'm going to try to take the metformin and maybe even the lisinopril every other day. I started taking lisinopril every other day not too long ago because I was getting lightheaded when I would bend over. And that is very often a sign of low blood pressure. And it's been a while since I had my blood pressure measured. And even though I listened to what my doctor said before we came to Mexico about how it's very difficult to get completely off of a hypertension regulation medication, it doesn't mean that the dosage is still what you need. I have a whole lot less stress down here. I can probably taper off to every other day on that as well. But I got to go get my, I got to get a blood pressure check.
Well,
I haven't had that in a while.
No, we need labs.
And we need labs. It's been over a year.
Yep.
It's time to have the annual.
Yep.
We're a little behind.
Do we feel good?
Yeah, I feel good. Not sure if allergic or not. After Benadryl, in a bit of time, it was gone.
That's as long as story ends well. That's what we like.
You know what? There was a time, and I will never know what caused this. It could have been stress. It could have been stress. I was a early teen, around 13, maybe 14. I'm trying to think of when. I think I was 13. And my mom and dad had separated, and my mom had taken us from the Pittsburgh area to Antlers, Oklahoma. He's been there. He knows how small this is. And it was quite the culture shock. And I didn't want to be there. And
I didn't want to be there. And I was an adult.
And there were some things going on with my mother at the time, relationship that she was getting involved with. It wasn't a good relationship. It wasn't good for me and my sister, and even my mom's own mother didn't approve of this relationship, and it ended up being disastrous in the end anyway. But there was a lot of stress going on. Our father was still in the Pittsburgh area. We're in Oklahoma. My mom's got this thing going on with this guy that nobody likes.
Well, that's on top, and that's on top of just being a 13-year-old.
And you're 13.
I mean, 13,
right. And
13 is enough stress all by itself.
And it's the culture shock. It's a totally different way of life. We got slammed into going to church 3 days a week. I'm not even kidding. And it was Pentecostal church, and I wasn't raised Pentecostal. I'm just a Northern Baptist girl, which is about, not even like Southern Baptist. No, it was Northern Baptist. And even that was weird because my family.
You were a left-handed Presbyterian then, basically.
Basically, yeah. So there's a lot of stress with this move, and I'm 13 years old, and all of a sudden there was 3 incidences of this happening in about a 3 to 4 week span. I would wake up in the morning and my lips were huge, huge. It looked like I went and got fillers.
You Lisa Rinna?
I'm telling you, it felt like that. Bigger than Lisa Rinna. Bigger. Huge. Like obnoxiously huge lips.
Goldie Hawn in the First Wives Club?
Worse.
Oh my God.
And I don't know why. And then by the end of the day, they're normal. And then a few days go by, I wake up, huge lips again. I don't know what was causing it. It's never happened since. It happened 3 or 4 times in less than a month, I guess. And then it never happened again. Could it have been detergent on the pillowcase as I slept at night? Was it a bug that was biting me? Man, I don't know. But I didn't have bites. I wasn't itchy anywhere else on my body. I just ended up with these giant freaking lips. And it wasn't all the time. And then it stopped. And it didn't happen again. Really weird. Very weird. So sometimes stuff like that happens. And I swear that, your body has ways of reacting to certain stressors that are happening. And there was a lot going on back then. Stuff like that can happen.
What, 13? There's a lot of things that are going on. That's just.
Of course, both my sister and I do have hives from pressure. I forget the exact term it's used, but it's urticaria, where you get these hives. And if you were to take a fingernail and just press really hard, you'll end up with a line that's raised and itchy and swollen. It's also displayed with the band from tight underwear, from a bra, stuff like that. I also get hives if I have extreme temperature changes, rapid temperature changes on my skin. And
well, you didn't get it when you got here. And that was about rapid.
Now, but it's like this. In the wintertime, I'd go outside and my hands and feet get cold. And as soon as I come inside and start to warm up, my hands and feet would swell. And I do mean swell. And they were itchy. Or if I was in gym class and I was running around and stuff, I would get hives on my stomach and on my legs. And then they would go away. And the way that this got tested is we went to an allergist, and way he tested that was there was 2 test tubes that he taped to my arms. One test tube was hot, one test tube was cold. He left it on for a while, took them off, and I had hives.
That list of things that came back that you were allergic to was so stinking long. It was like, how can you live? That was, it was, I'm like, oh, good God.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Allergic to life. Kind of weird. Swollen lips. Could have been an allergy. Could have been stress. Like, what's happening?
Yeah, it got soft there.
Oh. Oh, gosh. Hey, Stephanie. How you doing? I've taken lisinopril for years, and it is free at Sam's Club. Yeah, that's a cheap one. That's one of those ones that it's either free or $10 for a 90-day supply in the mail. It's super cheap.
I used to get my methotrexate, from the mail order, where she worked when we were in Asheville. And they never bothered charging. It was just like, here you go.
Hey, all right, Arlene, I need to get my blood pressure checked. So next time I come visit, we'll do my blood pressure and see where it's at. All right. Are y'all going to buy one of them prefab meals from HEB for Christmas? And man, oh man, alive, that San Antonio Thai Coppin is a scandalous place. Back when I was living in Vista Alegre in 2018, a gringo shot a Mexican resident of Vista Alegre. He was released from custody in 24 hours. And what a hullabaloo. Wow.
Yeah, no. We would have to drive. The closest HEB that I know of is all the way back in Querétaro. So we're here for Christmas and New Year, so we will be doing.
We'll probably go out to dinner somewhere. Yeah. I'm sure. We'll find a place. We may walk over there and see what they got. Have you watched El Chavo del Ocho television show? No, I have not, and I don't know what that is. So YouTube has some dubbed in English. It's Mexican show of the nation. Okay. I will look for that. Thank you. Oh, where you going, baby? He's got to go do his things. I have had allergies from stress in my 40s, had them on and off for months. They went away by themselves. Yeah, it's weird, Willie, how that stuff happens. I will never know why my lips swelled up. I will just never, ever know. That was just so bizarre. And I didn't want to go to school because it was embarrassing. You're 13 years old and everything that's wrong becomes a crisis when you're that age. And I didn't want to go to school with my face all messed up looking like that. Mail order. Did you know they have mail order brides? I know people who order them, then trade them in. Seriously. Oh my goodness. Mail order brides. I mean, I don't know anybody who's ever done something like that, but I've heard about it. I think they used to advertise them in like men's magazines and stuff, right? Mail order brides.
The hell are you looking at me for that on?
Because I don't read men's magazines, and I mean special magazines.
Well, I mean, it's not like I ever did a mail order bride. Looked for them on the internet, but I mean that worked out well. But yeah, I
mean, like in the adverts in the back of a magazine.
Beat the hell out of me! I never read adverts.
You never read the adverts? Man, when I used to get Rolling Stone magazine when I was a teenager, I always read the adverts.
You didn't get those types of magazines to read the shit. I mean, that was,
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah.
You didn't get them to read.
No.
Well, what if they had really good stories?
Then you missed out on a really good story.
Okay.
I mean, that's just.
Mauricio Cedejo is the same guy at Chazaro Cigars. Oh, is that his name? Cedejo?
Yeah.
Cedejo, that's him? Y'all are getting that deep discount.
Well, I don't know if Mauricio is that's his name. And I'm not getting the hand-rolled cigars from them. They have two different types of cigars. Most of what they sell are their hand-rolled. And those run 150 to 250 pesos per stick. And they're good smokes. And I get one occasionally. But I get their machine rolled, and they're,
machine rolled,
the Habana wrapper and everything else. And that, yeah, wow. You got up and I got dark or got really bright. Pull the center one back. Carefully.
Yeah, no lie.
But yeah, so I get those from him, and they charge me 60. They've charged me 60 pesos a stick for those for forever. Turn it a little bit more. We're better the other way. Touch more. All right, right there. When you get back, we'll see. So that was something that I get from him, and they've charged me 60 pesos ever since, and it's like whatever.
Do I look okay now? Not really. Why do you look good?
Oh, maybe I got more color.
I've got makeup on and I don't look as good as you.
I don't know. Shit. It's sunlight. Oh, so that's him. Yeah, no, I've met him once. You know, and you know, Arlene would know because Arlene's met him more times than I have. And you know, if they're giving me a hell of a discount, they should. I mean, because God knows, A, I plug their product, you know, over and over and over, and B, they don't have too many dumbasses that buy 300, you know, or let's say about 1,000 cigars a year, give or take. So, you know.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
So Trump's going to be on in about 30 minutes. I hope that we're more entertaining than Trump. But it'll be on the news. We'll catch up.
If I was going to watch anything in 30 minutes, it'd be the Canes. So, yeah.
Oh, the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That what happens up there, A, is it really going to affect us down here? Probably not.
We try not to get riled up.
No.
About what's going on.
No.
If it has a direct impact on life down here, that's one thing. But we'll hear it in the news. It'll be in the news.
And half of it'll be, oh my God, he's going to do this. This is great. And the other half's going to be, oh my God, he's going to do this, and it's going to be the biggest cluster that's ever occurred. So, and do any of them really know what they're talking about?
I don't know.
No. Yeah. So why even until something happens, and then we have an effect from that, then maybe it's time to worry about it. But
Mark has that bronze tan. He looks ripped too. How do you keep the man?
Trust me, she's got that figured out. Yeah.
I know how to keep a good man. I think so.
It's
worked so far.
It's worked so far.
El Chavo del Ocho is the show of the nation. Adults play little kid characters. Sorry, but lame, and then some. Aww. El Chavo del Ocho. Is that the one? Is that the one that I bought? The little Dr. Simi doll that was dressed up.
Baby.
Maybe.
You're asking me. That's like I have no clue.
That's from the Chavo del Ocho Gringos. Oh, eso. Okay. I'll look it up. I can look it up now.
You can.
I can. I'm going to look it up right now because I can.
Yes.
Because I can. El Chavo. Oh, Pizza Hut.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Pizza Hut will not take a payment online.
Pizza Hut did not like any credit card tonight.
I tried my Mexican card. It wouldn't take it. I tried my U.S. card. It wouldn't take it. Yes. Okay. So El Chavo was a character, one of the character Dr. Simi dolls that I bought to send to my granddaughter.
Oh, well, yeah, because, they like – yes, I remember that now.
Yeah.
They sell Dr. Simi. And, I mean, we've seen him in Superman. We've seen him in Batman. We've seen him in Luchadora.
El Chapulín or something like that.
It's been like, and 200 pesos is $10 doll. And it's like, all right, if we see something that's entertaining, we'll go, we'll put it in and we'll, for Christmas, ship it. It's a touch of Mexico.
She's got a little bit of a collection now. Poor Dr. Simi. Y'all given any thought to switching over to those 40s of Corona? You'll save a heap of shoe leather. I bought him one. I bought him a 40. As a joke, and I'm like, and pour some for the homies.
Yeah, I can't remember what. Oh, you guys went to Guadalajara, the pharmacy of Guadalajara.
Yes.
You and Annie Vet.
Yes.
To see if they had Ozempic for you, and they didn't have it at that particular one. And she comes back and she's got a 40, and we were over at the girl's house, and yeah, 40 didn't make it home. It was like, so.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but then the next party we had, what they do? They brought me the remnants of my 12 pack because it was like, well, I'm gonna drink a 40 or drink these that are over
one
here,
or the other.
and once that one was once it was broken, it was like, might as well just go ahead and finish this puppy.
Yes, you're so funny. Alfredo, when I visited Bucieres, Nayarit, loved the ocean back in La Paz for the holidays. Cool. I don't know when we're going to make it to La Paz.
I have an idea, but I'm not saying anything. And it's not because we don't want to share. It is only a guesstimate on my part.
Okay.
And I do not want to put undue pressure before the meet and greet on anybody. So I'm not saying a word.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we got to talk about that real quick because I haven't had a chance to put anything out to promote it. But if you're going to try to make it to the YouTube meet and greet, the Mextranjero, now is the time to start securing a place to stay.
Oh yeah.
Because snowbird season is there, holidays are coming. You got to secure a place to stay, mostly because it's going to be a very busy time of the year.
And it's Super Bowl weekend.
But it's especially busy because of snowbird season. So as it turns out, I saw that KJ and Craig recently put out a little promo on it, and it's a pretty good one. And they gave a little bit of an idea of what's to be expected for the weekend. And again, they also urged people to make those reservations now so that you will have a place to stay.
And just today, I contacted Bruno's because I wanted to make sure that I had told everybody that I thought that when we go there on February the 6th, that it was going to be prime rib night. And I was like, look,
Bruno's restaurant.
I wanted to make sure that what I was telling all of y'all was accurate. And so, and I told them, I said, right now we're at about 15 people. And they popped right back and went, oh God, it's great to hear from you again. Yeah, we can handle 15 people. And yes, it will be prime rib. And so, the only thing I'm got to do now is give them an exact, or as close to an exact, but they're like, bring them all in. We're going to have a good time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I was working on that video today, by the way, the Bruno's video. That is the only restaurant that we have ever dedicated an entire video to. The only restaurant. Usually when we do restaurants, we throw them all together in one video, or we put them around on what we did today type thing. This is just a video only on Bruno's.
I thought you were going to say it was the only restaurant we've ever been to 3 times in one location. I'm going, nope. There was one other.
No.
Can you remember it?
3 times in one location?
That we went to 3 times in one location.
Oh, that would be Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
In Merida.
Yeah. Yeah. That was well worth. We went there 4 times.
It was really good. But I did a whole bunch of research on Bruno today because I'm like, is this dude Italian? Yes, he was. He was first generation Canadian. His parents are both from Italy. He lived in Canada. He lived in Ontario until he was about 40. And then he retired and moved to San Miguel de Allende. He opened a restaurant in San Miguel, was there for about 3 years.
Had a successful restaurant in San Miguel. And then somebody got greedy.
His landlord tripled his rent. So he packed it up and he moved to Lake Chapala, opened a roadside barbecue stand. And by the very late 80s, maybe very early 90s, he then has a grill house, Bruno's Steaks. So
yeah, I mean, they had it had a place. The original place was on the main drag there in central Ajijic, which, you know, great location because everybody's got to drive by it and everything else. They're still on the same road. Now they're just further out. And originally the plan was that they were just going to temporarily move out there while they remodeled. And the new place is bigger. And I think they just went, you know what?
Yeah, it looks like if you go on Google Maps and look at their current location on Google Maps in July, they actually had a thing up that said this was a new temporary location. Well, by the time we went, that was gone, and they had an electrified sign.
They had a cement with it on, and then they had lights on it that said Bruno's established in 1980, whatever.
Their plans must have changed. They must have changed because I actually like where they're at right now. It's really nice. It's very classy. And what's really cool, when we were collecting video for that particular restaurant, Mark asked them if I could get some video of their kitchen.
And she's about ready to reach across the table and slap me.
I was a little embarrassed. I think
she was like, really?
That's really imposing. And I know this because I used to work in a country club kitchen. And kitchens are a mess. They're a mess. What the public doesn't see, you don't want them to see. It's not that they're necessarily unsafe or disgusting. It's just they're not meant to be seen. You're back there, you're cooking, stuff gets spilled, things get dropped, stuff is all over the place. And it's not there to be presented to the public. It's not like it's the chef's table on Hell's Kitchen. It's no. And so when he asked that, I was like, oh God, no. I felt a little bit of embarrassment, but they cleaned up the kitchen.
They said, give us about 30 minutes.
Yep.
And, sure enough, they came back and were like, okay. And gave her a very brief tour of the kitchen and everything else. And yeah.
Really what? Look, Bruno's had the best steaks we've eaten anywhere in Mexico.
Period.
The end. The best steaks anywhere in Mexico. That we've experienced. So
yeah, I mean, MoMA's had that mantle in San Miguel de Allende until Bruno's. So MoMA's was still a very, very good filet, but
you are the Don Ramon in El Chavo. We're gonna have to watch it one day. I have never watched it. I've seen it. And El Chaplin Colorado, that's what it was, yes, is the sister show of El Chaco del Ocho. Okay. And at the time I bought the Dr. Simi dolls, one of them was El Chaplin and the other one was Chavo. Or Chaco. And I bought both. They were being sold at the same time. So
well, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Marcus says, just made it in, having a cigar and a bourbon. Nice.
Stick and a drink, it don't get a whole lot better than that. I mean,
life is good in PV. I bought a blood pressure cuff, monitored my BP for 2 weeks. Definitely less stress here, and I am no longer needing lisinopril. Good deal. I would like that to be the case with me as well. Doctor supervision, of course, sure. But I noticed, I'd say at least a year after we were here, that every time I would bend over and try to stand back up, I would get lightheaded. I know that's a sure sign of low blood pressure, which means I'm probably taking more than I need right now, which is the dose I've been on for decades. I probably don't need it anymore, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Let's see. Sherry and I are 100% going to Bruno's with y'all. Oh yeah.
I think what we're going to do, because I got while I was getting information from Bruno's, I was also getting information from KJ and Craig, because I wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page as to what was going on, and we weren't. It was, hey, shit happens.
Really?
Well, it was one of those where we had told all of you that they were going to be doing roundtable discussions that were going to be available to be attended. No, I was wrong. And first time in my life, probably won't be the last, but the roundtable discussions are going to be for the creators. So, but he goes, after the collaborations are all done on Friday afternoon and Friday dinner is time that's going to be available for, the creators to get together with their subscribers. And I was like, well, we're having dinner with a lot of you guys. And so if you're going to be around, I'm thinking that we can all just meet in the afternoon over at Danza del Sol, and because it's just right down the road to Bruno's. So we'll see how that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can we walk? Maybe not.
We could probably walk there. Depends on how many we have sitting around the pool at Danza del Sol. But I don't know if I want to walk back.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Look into it and see.
And then depending on how we feel, might have to go to the cigar bar after.
Looking forward to the meet and greet. Yes, Mary. It's going to be a good time for sure. Stephanie, heading to the meetup from San Miguel de Allende on the bus. If anyone else is going for San Miguel de Allende and wants to travel, buddy, let me know. Oh, good idea, Stephanie. And we just recently had our first bus trip too. And I'm like, wow, these buses are great.
Yeah.
They really are great. People aren't exaggerating. It's so much nicer.
I mean, that's maybe a 5-hour bus ride, give or take.
And you could sleep the whole time if you wanted to. Okay. You might have the Sticks hookup, but I've got a butcher shop in La Paradera behind HEB. Prime rib hookup, $350 a kilo, baby. Ooh. That's good.
We get back, that may be worth a trip every once in a while to head
up
there.
Yeah, but is it really good? Is it really good beef? Because a lot of times when we buy beef in Mexico, it's kind of tough.
It depends. I mean, like, Mary and Scott, they got great ribeyes.
Yes, they did.
At that carniceria. So, it's one of those where I think part of it is knowing the right place to go. And once you get the right person and, okay.
Oh, gosh, that reminds me. What was the name of that community that we were in?
Where?
In the Yucatan.
Which one?
It was a Pueblo Mágico. Minas?
Oh, Mina. Peanut.
Mina? It was the town where...
Mina.
It was the town where the priest basically...
that was Mina.
Okay, I'm finishing the story. It was a town where the priests had taken all of the codices from the surrounding communities and burned them. And we were there because we were just doing a real quick jaunt around to a few places in the Yucatan that day. And we stopped for lunch and we're walking around the block and there's a cow. The cow is resting peacefully on a sidewalk. And I thought it was really cool. And I go up and I'm taking pictures of the cow. I didn't realize that the cow was tied to a pole in front of the butcher's.
I'm going, that's a great picture. She's like, well, I know the cow. And I'm like, no, you got to get back and take the whole picture.
So somebody delivered their cow. The butcher shop wasn't open yet. So they just tied the cow to the pole outside and left it there. That's fresh meat. You couldn't get fresher than that. Oh, Lord. Goodness, goodness. I never did show that video. So much. Oh, man. Tom, I'll be hitchhiking from SMA to Ahihique. No, you aren't, Tom. If you're going to be around, you're probably going to be staying with us in Querétaro.
I was to say, if you're going to go to SMA, you got to fly into Querétaro, you know. So
yeah, and
you know the car goes that way. So
and you know we got a room.
Yes,
that belongs to you.
It's Tommy's room.
Yep, the marbling, and that's $3.50 a kilo without the bone.
That's hard to beat.
Wow. I got to find me a good carniceria because I need to be able to get a 70-30 ratio of ground pork so I can make homemade sausage. I've got all I need to make the Italian, like the kind that Cesar makes.
Without the fennel.
But no, he makes it with fennel.
I said, but without the fennel. You wanted to make it without the fennel.
Oh, no. I want to make it with sage. Right. So I want to make it with sage so I can make country sausage. And then I can make biscuits and gravy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I need to get the right ratio of pork and fat. Yeah, I would pick you up for sure, especially if you had a good red eye with you. Oh, Tommy's making friends.
Yeah, and Tom doesn't try. You know, if it's going to be a red and Tommy's got it, trust me, it's going to be a good one. So you know, he likes his wine
and his German beer.
Yes,
yeah. So I actually did buy both fennel and caraway, so that I started making sourdough bread again. It didn't start off too good with the first batch because I think I did not let it bulk ferment long enough. And so I didn't, or I overproofed it. Either way, it only rose about that much. So it wasn't as high as I'd like it to be, but it tasted great. So I made some Parmesan. And then I made some jalapeno cheddar loaf. Well, the great thing is that I have dark rye flour and I have caraway seeds. So now I can make rye bread. And then if we could just find the corned beef like we did before, we could have some good Reubens.
We got lucky that one time at a Costco. And it's like, last time we went to Costco, it was basically their Black Friday, and it was like, did a quick glance and went, nope, don't see it, let's go. Because I mean, it was, whoa.
We're waiting for the Costco to get built and open near us.
They're building one south side of Querétaro that's going to be very convenient for us. So it's like, yes.
I was thinking of you when you were talking about snorkeling. Were there fish in the cenote when we were swimming there? And he's flying into Guadalajara from Mexican Hero.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, Tom, there was a fish.
No, there were lots of little fishes.
Yeah, but there was a particular type of fish. There were fish in there, but there was this one fish that somebody caught in their hand, and they literally handed it to me. And I got a picture of it, as I recall. And then I let him go because, well, you know, I don't want to suffocate the fish in the cenote. So there weren't a lot. There weren't that many fish. There were some. They stayed away from us, though.
Yes.
You know.
I stayed away from them. They stayed away from y'all. See, worked out great.
I can't wait to snorkel. I just can't. Oh, look. They're going to be best friends now. I cannot get into reds. There was one red wine that I ended up liking, and it probably would have not been a favorite among people who are really into their wine. Biltmore Estate in North Carolina does grow some grapes. They do make their own wine, but a lot of the grapes that they use are coming in from other places. But they have a wine tasting thing that's free at their winery, and I went through the entire list. I tasted all the reds and all the whites and the rosés. There was one red that I liked at Biltmore, and it was literally a sweet red. It's about as far as I could go. Reds tend to be not my thing, and then the tannins in the wine tend to give me horrible headaches. But I did like their sweet red. And then they had a special reserve Chenin Blanc that I loved. Their Chenin Blanc was good.
Oh, I mean, it's wine.
It's
I mean,
wine.
I'm, you know,
But it wasn't
there are
brilliant.
people who are appreciative of wines. There are people who are appreciative of beers. It's, you know,
People who are appreciative of coffee. Coffee.
you know,
It was a really brilliant setup, though. You got the free wine tasting, and then after they got you drunk, they released you into their shopping area
where all the wines are for sale.
so you could buy all the wine. Yeah. Well, there was more than wine for sale, though.
Well, yeah,
They had mulled
but-
ciders and cheeses and
but you saw
books.
people walking out with cases of
Yeah.
wines, you know, and
Yeah.
some of them may have been mix and mash, you know, but it was like, whoa, you know.
Speaking of Biltmore Estate, they are having their first full-on Christmas display since the hurricane and the flooding.
Helene,
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys ever get a chance, if you're in the U.S. or Canada, or I've had friends who've actually traveled from Europe and from the Philippines, and when they were in the area, they went to Biltmore Estate. It is worth the trip. Biltmore is really cool.
that library still just blows me away of everything in that.
It's a cool place.
And the fact that this library being what it is in a private home, and they have about 30% of the books are in the library.
Yeah.
There's still 70%, and it's a 2-story library with the ladders that go around and every. I mean, it just was like, that is one cool room.
There's a couple things at Biltmore that we never got to do that I always had wanted to do. They had basically an upstairs, downstairs type service. If you worked in service at Biltmore, there was a tour of what those people did and what they would see, their secret staircases and things like that were out of sight from the main inhabitants. And then there was a rooftop tour. That was a separate thing. We never got to do either one of those. The house is really cool to see.
And the gardens.
And the gardens, very much so. And the grounds. There's ponds, and there's they've got a dairy farm. They've got I
horses.
think they make cheese too.
They do. They got an equine center. I mean, it's
really cool. I highly recommend
there's
it.
a reason it's called America's Castle, and it's because it's the closest thing that the U.S. has to a castle.
And if you live in the Asheville area, you can get an annual pass. For people who live there, an annual pass might be worth it because you can go on the grounds. There's picnic areas everywhere, and you don't have to go to the house. You can just be on the grounds. You can ride bikes there. Of course, picnic. You can walk. I think you can fish in some of the streams and the ponds.
So. And never, ever buy the gas.
Oh God!
At the Shell station up the hill from it.
No.
I mean, it's one of those where everybody goes, "Oh my God!" You know, you're driving along I-40, you get off, you need gas, and you don't bother to look. You just pull in there. And they were 10 to 15 cents a gallon.
Hey, you got to wonder how they got away with it.
Because they're not gouging. They just do that all the time. I mean, that's just, you know.
No, if they always do it.
When everybody else would raise their prices, they'd raise it as well. They just were like, they figured if we can get X number of people to buy from us,
Yeah. You're killing me. Can I have a cider, please, sir?
you may.
Let's knock out that rosé because I want it gone. Is that? Yeah, rosé apple. This is the rosé apple is the driest that we've been able to find of Strongbow cider, and I don't like dry, so we're getting rid of it now.
I tell you what, that was one thing when we lived in Asheville, though. We were right next to Bold Rock. I mean, not right next. We were 3 miles away from the Bold Rock cidery. And
Oh my God.
Oh, their Vat 1 cider.
Ooh.
Wow.
It's like the champagne of ciders.
Uh-huh.
It is really good.
Dom Perignon. I mean, it was good stuff.
They don't bottle it, except very rarely. It ends up coming in essentially a cork-topped, like champagne bottle. Typically, they have it on tap if they have it at the time, and you got to take one of those with
Growler.
a growler with you to get it filled. But it's really good. And I like Bold Rock quite a bit. A number of their flavors is really good, but then they get a little weird and they start doing.
They did that pineapple one. Yuck.
Yeah, the pineapple was bad.
The
pumpkin's not that good.
The blackberry, not good. You know, and we like Zarzamora, but not in the cider.
Just stick with apples.
But that was our nightly routine when we were there, especially for the weekends. Man, we'd have our fire pit out there. We'd get outside.
Yes.
Get a fire going, sit out there, put some tunes, let the boy out. He'd run around, and it was just like, and we did it for so long that I got to the point where here comes, and we were maybe 2 miles from the airport. So the planes would be low, and I'd be able to go, yeah, that's the Allegiant flight coming out of Fort Lauderdale. That's the American flight coming out of Charlotte. Oh, that's the Delta flight coming from Atlanta. And she had an app that would be like, so
that app.
The Delta flight coming out of.
I'm not sure what it's called now because I'm not sure where it's at. But I used to use this app all the time to track. It tracks all the airplanes in the sky anywhere in the world. And we knew, Flight Aware. It's called Flight Aware. And it lets you know the schedules. You can even see when they land. It's pretty cool.
We knew when they landed. I mean, it literally was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
we were so close to the airport that when I first got the drone, I couldn't even take it outside to give it a test flight because we were in a 100% lockdown, no fly zone.
Literally, they were right over top of the house, so we'd be able to go, okay, because a couple times that we flew, and we flew out of Asheville when we didn't drive down to Charlotte, because once we figured out that, we can drive to Charlotte in about the same amount of time as we can drive over here, and then when we get home, we're not having to hang around, wait for another flight. We can just get in the car and drive home. But a couple times we did. You can look. I could look down and go, "Oh, there's the house." So it was not a question.
We were close.
Yeah.
No, the cider does not give me a headache. And I don't like beer. So it's like the only alcoholic beverage of choice that I will drink that is not liquor. Like I like fruit liqueurs and cream liqueurs, but typically I'll just drink a cider. It's lighter, it's not as strong, and I can definitely drink it more than I can a beer. I have tried to. We also used to be very close to Sierra Nevada.
Yeah.
And they had a huge menu of beer options on the wall. It started with the hoppiest to the least hoppiest. and I went down to the bottom, the least hoppiest beer, and I still couldn't finish drinking that crap. I did not like it.
Nah, I mean,
so cider for me.
And it was opposite ends of the spectrum too. I mean, you went into Sierra Nevada and it was, oh, here's a $20 appetizer, and oh, here's the nice rooms and this and that. And you went to Bold Rock to the cidery,
and it was a food truck,
and they pull the food trucks up. They'd roll up the garage doors and open it up, and it was a concrete floor. They had picnic tables out there.
And salvage station was like that.
Yeah,
too.
Salvage station was like that. And so, it was very, very laid back. They'd bring in, a 3 or 4 piece band that would play, and yeah, it was kick back, have a few, and life was good. So
that's kind of the way things are all around Asheville, though.
No,
they got a lot of microbreweries and things like that, and food trucks are huge. So a lot of these places do that. They bring in food trucks because they don't have a kitchen. They do their own beer, so like you can actually watch them rolling their barrels of mash around.
Yep.
And that's just the way it is in Nashville. In
general. And then they also like the other end of the spectrum, the very high end. I mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
They just that's
there was a cider that I did like that's out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm never going to get this right because I kind of like make up my own names. It was a cherry cider.
I remember that,
and I think it was called Cherry Bobbin Globin. No.
I don't know. I remember that.
Cherry Bobbin Globins.
The one of the best things
Something like
about
that.
where we were at was we were south of Asheville. We were actually in Henderson County, and Hendersonville would have the Apple Festival.
Oh, Apple Fest. Yeah.
And you would buy these, you buy a bunch of tickets, and they give you tickets and then you get the tickets, and you get like a 6-ounce glass of cider.
Yep.
And they had all these different cider companies up and down.
Noble Cider.
Yep.
Cidery. I think they have four types of cider. I personally feel that they were a little on the expensive side.
They were,
but their ciders were very unique.
And that's how we found the VAT one. Was
that was
Bold Rock was there at the Apple Fest, and suddenly it was like, I got hammered, had to go back and buy more tickets because it was like, the hell is this VAT one? And they were like, oh, it's our best cider. And I'm like, no shit.
Pretty is good. It's pretty is good. Manzanilla, not Manzanillo, is both a tea but also a sherry in Spain. Not even sure Manzanillo is in Mexico. Tommy, come on now.
I get that. It is the busiest seaport in all of Mexico. I mean, we have seen ships nonstop going.
Container ships.
And
constantly.
The shipyard over here is 24/7, nonstop. It's about 4-hour drive south of PV. It's in the state of Colima. So if you look at Guadalajara and go southwest from Guadalajara, you hit Manzanillo.
Any thoughts about Trump starting an unnecessary war against Venezuela?
Nope.
I don't even know about it.
Nope.
You know what? I don't even pay attention. I don't pay attention because I'm not on Facebook hardly at all. And a lot of my friends are having constant meltdowns. And some of my other friends are beating their chests. And I just try to avoid it all. My feelings are, you know what? Tell me what's going on in the world with Mexico, because that's where I live.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's one of those where all politicians do something for a reason, and the reason is not always what they tell you for. And I'm saying this on the left and the right. They do it for ulterior motives, and that's one of the reasons we're down here is we got sick and tired of all of the BS from the left and the right going, it's their problem, it's their fault. No, none of you people are doing your job. You shut the government down for 40 some odd days. Why? Because you have one job to do: fund the government. That's your first and foremost job. And you want to spend more time talking to cameras than you did locking yourself in a room and going, how do we solve this so that we are not inconveniencing the people who elect us to put here to do our job? So all 535 of them should be tossed on their keisters and replaced and put in term limits and go, never again.
So what's going on with Venezuela? Because I truly do not look this stuff up.
I don't know. I'm not paying any attention. I really am not. It's just,
I'm to the point in my life now where I don't trust the news.
Yeah.
I don't trust at least 75% of anything I see posted online anywhere, because a lot of it is AI or it's just posted by bots.
Well, and you can't trust the videos that you see anymore either.
It's sad. It's a sad day that we live in, where you used to be able to say, I'll believe it when I see it.
Not anymore.
But you can't anymore. So I don't know what's real and what isn't. Are we in the Matrix? I don't even know.
Don't know. And you know what? The best part about it was we were so wound up on that side of the border. And when we drove across, it was like somebody just took,
I just knocked over my bottle.
Somebody just took a 50-pound weight off of each shoulder and went, gone.
Yep.
And do I pay attention to the news? Do I read the headlines? And I read the headlines, and then half the time I go, yeah, BS. Or don't care. Oh shit. Let me check into this. And things like that. But on the overall majority of it, I don't care anymore. I really don't.
I did see some videos, and I felt bad for some people that were going through some of the stuff that was happening in Charlotte when ICE came in. I felt bad for some people. I saw some stuff that wasn't cool. But unless it's somebody that I know who personally recorded it, reported it, I just don't even know if it's something I can believe anymore, because that's just where we are now.
Yeah. Case in point. I read an article 2 weeks ago, I think it was, give or take.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. And it was a barista who said something about somebody, two customers, a couple that came in, and the couple complained that they thought this was disparaging to them, and so management at Starbucks fired the barista.
Mm.
But at the very end of the thing, what it tells you is guess what? There's a GoFundMe page for the barista that got fired, and there's a GoFundMe page for the couple that were disparaged. And I'm sitting here going, did they cook this shit up so that both of them can start a GoFundMe page and make money? And that's a sad state of affairs when your mind actually goes, somebody shouldn't have said this, but now both of them are profiting off of this. Is this staged?
Oh.
I mean,
let's see. Oklahoma City, 60 degrees. Low in 20s Monday.
Well, that means my mom's getting some
No.
decent temperature because she's just up the road in KC. So
Yeah. Steer clear of all that political bullshit. It's best for the channel. We do agree, Pug Daddy. That is true. Nothing to be gained from it.
nope.
And to be quite honest,
Well, if we went back to doing all that shit, then she'd need the center pill again. So we just soon.
that's just it. You know, we firmly do believe that when you come to another country, you should leave all that shit behind.
Mm-hmm.
Do not bring that baggage. Unfortunately, there are places like San Miguel and Ajijic where people don't do that. And so drama does exist.
Their problem.
Yep. And but we just kind of steer clear of that. We are in another country. The country that we are in has its own issues that they deal with, and it's our jobs as responsible guests
To act like that.
to act like that, to respect what's going on around us, and to not bring all of our crap with us. Because you know what they don't care about here? They don't care about that. They're concerned about what's going on in their country. And so we respect that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the biggest thing, and I can't take credit for saying this. This is an Ernie Baca from Retired Life Mexico. No bull. The difference between Mexican politics and the politics that occur in the United States is Mexican politics. The people know that it's corrupt, and everybody doesn't do a wink, wink, nod, nod. They just all know it.
Yeah.
In the U.S., they still try to pretend that there's no corruption, and it's like, excuse me, everybody in all 535 of you in Congress are millionaires. Don't tell us it's not corrupt. You know, so
I used to be involved in politics for about 5 years. After every meeting, I felt like I needed to take a shower and drink. You're right about politicians, for sure. Yes, and to end with the same laws after what, 45 or so days shutdown. They could have passed it right at the beginning. Yep. No, because it was used as political ploy right before an election. That's what that was about.
And so, again, it's all more about getting what we want instead of doing what's right for you. And that's why we're in Mexico.
It's how do I profit for myself? That's what it's about.
Yep.
I downloaded that Flight Aware because I'm right here in the flight path in Zakia, and I always wondered which flight is overhead. I think it's really fun.
Yeah, we enjoy. I mean, and literally, let's be for real. Asheville Regional Airport did not get that. I mean, we would sit out there for, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 hours listening to tunes, having some ciders, and we get 5 or 6 flights, and that was it. And I mean, and later it got we know that on the last flight in, the last 2 flights in every night was the Delta flight from Atlanta was the next to last flight, and the American flight from Charlotte was the last flight.
Yeah.
And so we knew them all. You had Allegiant had 2 flights. One came from Tampa, St. Pete, and the other came from Fort Lauderdale.
Yep.
Not that I can remember all this, but that, yeah. And then we had one that came from Washington that was United that came from Washington, D.C. Those were the 5 flights that we'd get.
Pretty predictable.
Uh-huh.
You hit it on the head. Yeah. The point of a disinformation campaign is not to make someone believe something else. It's to create so much chaos people don't know what to believe anymore. That's where we are. It's where we are.
And that's why we're where we are.
Yep.
We are at.
Yep. And I always say, if you want to talk politics, move to Ajijic. There's plenty of drunks at that bar that love the drama. Oh, the drama.
They didn't even need to be at the bar.
They didn't even need to be at the bar. They were right there in the Chapala society.
And the sad part about it is, let's be for real, folks. We're here.
Yep.
We came here for a reason. We wanted a better life. Well, I don't know. Maybe we view this, and I think all of you guys are probably the same way. We all view this the same way. The life here is better because we don't have the chaos. To bring the chaos or to seek out the chaos makes absolutely no
it's
sense.
counterintuitive. It's counterintuitive. And like KJ and Craig like to say, it's loud in Mexico, but it's noisy in the US. And that makes perfect sense. It's noise, it's distraction. You don't need that here. And your life is better off without it. 5 years I lived in Puerto Rico. I wasn't able to vote. And in all honesty, it actually didn't bother me. I've always been an independent. And when I live in Mexico, it won't bother me. No vote.
How can I make, okay, I could do it two ways. I could try and become knowledgeable enough about the political situation that and get involved and go, okay, I need to do this because it's what's right for whatever things I happen to hold near and dear. Or I can stick my head in the sand and go, man, my life is great. And go, I'm trusting all of you people who live here. Now, that may be a dumbass thing to do, but guess what? There we go. It's what I'm going to choose to do.
Were we out again?
Yeah. Because I'm me.
You're bouncing around.
It's the Italian in me. I have no Italian, but I talk with my hands.
Not a drop of Italian in him.
Yeah. But so it's one of those where, it's no. You know what? They've run this country for centuries without this dumbass's participation in voting. I've got 15, 20 years left, whatever, 30, whatever the number may be. Why?
We're here to be happy.
Yep.
And okay, look, Mark, Sloppy Joe, not Pug Daddy. But
that's right. I knew he was Sloppy Joe.
I didn't.
Oh,
so Pug Daddy's showing up. Are you seeing that though? Are you seeing that it's coming up as?
Well, it's the same thing as Jesse's Corgi.
I know it's hard.
And Arlene is Gaucho, and I mean Guacha. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those where it's like, okay.
So how much longer hanging at the beach? We have got 3.5 weeks.
Yes.
So we really don't have a lot of time to get to that sunken ship.
Don't be looking at me. I got nothing on my schedule. Nothing.
I mean, I could potentially schedule it for a Monday.
You could do it whenever you want, and I'll go with you, and and I'll watch from the beach, or we'll get on the boat, and you can go swim, and I'll sit on the boat.
I'm going to swim, swimming.
You can do all that.
What do? We swim.
And I'll be up there going, damn, I hope that fin doesn't get any closer. You
Anderson's not an Italian name since when? No. Any other names in his family? Kearns.
Axel. Outman.
Yeah, a bunch of Germans.
I got a bunch of Germans in Brit. I got both sides of World War I and II.
He's got the Brits.
Yeah, I got the Brits and the Germans.
Yep.
One makes good food and beer, and the other makes good beer.
I'm moving to Iheek in early Feb. Any advice on how to avoid the drama? Yeah.
I can tell you my opinion because I happened to be down the pool at El Dorado.
So lay it out there, baby.
I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, and
people will try to pull you into that conversation. They will try.
They try and initiate all that crap and everything else. And I go, I don't care. I live in Mexico. I came to Mexico because I think that all of them,
Yeah.
all of them,
Yeah.
are corrupt.
I noticed.
And they tend to go, well, I'm like, no wells. They're all corrupt. And that's all I have to say on the subject. And we are not going to approach it anymore. And
we've noticed that with people that we meet who are hell bent on discussing their politics, that they will dig into that conversation pretty early on.
Both sides. We
Yeah,
hit it from
it
both
doesn't
sides.
matter. They'll dig in pretty early on, and they want you to agree with them.
No. They demand that you agree with them. If not, you're evil on both sides. If you are an opponent, if you do not adhere to their point of view, and that's the whole issue.
Yeah.
Is that, you know what? I may agree with you over here, but I disagree with you on this one. And I think this is wrong and this is right. But no, you can't
No.
have it. No.
But there's in certain locations, they are much more vocal about it, and they definitely want to assess where you land on this.
Well,
that they do. They put feelers out.
They want to be able to pigeonhole you.
Yeah.
They want to be able to go, this person is here, and doesn't matter, if you go, well, I don't agree with this, but I can see how people could, but I tend to be over here, then you're stuck here. And it's not what I said. I said, I'm here, but I can see how people would be over here, and I have no problem with that. So, to say that you're putting me here is wrong.
It's like you have to swear your oath and allegiance.
No.
We ain't got time for that.
No.
Ain't nobody got time for that. But in places like Jajaja, oh yeah, there's time for that. And battle lines have been drawn.
And they are battle lines.
And they are battle lines. And stuff has gone down in Jajaja based on those battle lines. And
both sides are wrong.
And yeah, so it's kind of like, just, we don't get it. We don't get it. We're not here for that. We're here to forget that. We're here to move past that. We're here to have a calmer, more enriching life that is beyond those limitations. And some people can't let that go. Whether it's their security blanket, it's what they know. I don't get it. But there are places, and Jajaja is one of them, where people will hold on to those things. They just do. And not that long ago, there was some violence in Jajaja surrounding stuff like that. Some people did some things they shouldn't have done. It upset other people on the other side, who then did some things they shouldn't have done. And the next thing you know, somebody's hurt.
And everybody's butt hurt.
Everybody's butt hurt. Somebody's physically hurt. Another person is hiding out and probably should have been deported by now, but I don't think he has been.
We have one determining factor that we use when we meet people. Are you a good person?
Ding, 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 ding.
Because if you're a good person, then we're going to get along fine. We don't care. Straight, gay, trans, left, right, doesn't matter. It's what's here. Are you a good person? If you're a good person, we'll get along great.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
What's in a person's heart?
Judge a man by the content of his heart, not the color of his skin. Thank you, Dr. King.
There you go. When the rulers get surrounded by people with torches and pitchforks, they don't fight against them all. They just tell the pitchfork people that the torch people want to take away their pitchforks.
There you go.
That's it. And we fight each other. That's exactly what's happening. Hey, now, all right, Sloppy Joe, that's so much better. How did you do that? Because we got Jesse down here somewhere who's coming up as Corgi. It really has thrown us off. YouTube or somebody has done something.
Somebody put in something somewhere.
Somebody did something to change people's handles.
Just to keep us on our toes.
I guess. I love it. You are way more PC than me, though. I tend to tell people to shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I have gone down that road. Trust me. She has seen me go down that road, and it takes a lot to get me to go down that road. But most of the time, and I'm not going to relay the story because I'll just get in trouble. But it's one of those where, I believe that any two people are capable of having wonderful conversations. And that's what I enjoy. I enjoy talking to people. And, when somebody just wants to repeat the same ideology over and over because they're not listening and they don't give you the respect that you deserve when you state your point of view, and their only point of view that they want or are interested in hearing is the one that's coming out of their mouth, well, then you know what? I'm sorry. It was great meeting you.
That's happened a few times.
It has.
Yeah.
And
it has. Let's see. Where are we at? Oh, can't wait to get out of government work and head south. That's right. It's poisonous, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so too, unfortunately. The beauty of being retired is you don't put up with or tolerate other people's BS. No. Life's short, enjoy it.
And I know Tommy does a wonderful job because he's older than I am. And the problem is that the older we get, the filters go away.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I find myself sometimes wanting to go. I want to do a Saturday Night Live from the 1970s. Jane, you ignorant. I mean, because you just want to go think. Don't just open your mouth. Think. But people don't. They just regurgitate what they hear.
And that reminds me of the pre-med, scientifically educated person I had to work with who firmly believed that those paper freaking masks at the hospital that had written on the box outside that these don't prevent the transmission of viruses.
What was corona?
A virus.
Oh!
She's medically educated and trained. And she flipped out on me one day outside at a picnic table when we were about to eat at 12 Bones. She's freaking out because my mask was see-through and it's not real. Okay. That kind of stuff. Yeah. So you can take anybody who's super educated and super smart and you can twist them around to believe whatever you want to believe if you manipulate them the right way. And that's where our society is.
Well, thank you, Jesse. Jesse was the one that sent us that wonderful article about messing with people's minds and the fight or flight and all of that. And it was a wonderful thing. Gina was reading it when Annie Bette and Arlene and I and Gina were going to Tequiskia Pond, and we were all sitting there going, "Oh my God, this is exactly what is happening." Yeah. And so Jesse, yes, it is a soft landing, and you may find after you're there for a while that it's perfectly fine because there's a huge
support base
Mm-hmm.
for alternative lifestyles and everything there, and it does exist, and there's definitely community.
Huge. As far as the
But
percentage, I'm not huge as far as the numbers because Ahihi's not that big, but
no,
percentage wise, yes, it is a very LGBTQ XYZ supportive community.
yeah,
And so I know I get all of that, and I can see how someone would definitely go, I'm part of this lifestyle. Then this is a great place for me to not only have to adjust to living in a different country, but now I'm not having to do that along with adjust to,
right.
is this going to affect me, and how you have the people there. You may get there and 5 years later go, you know what? I'm going to move down to Chapala.
The problem we saw with Ahihi is it's not that the support isn't there, it's that there is a divide. There's a divide. And the reason there is a divide is because these people haven't left their crap at the border.
There's a segment of the population there in Ahihi that are still looking to have a fight.
Yes, that's very good. That's good.
They are looking for any reason and any, I have a red Querétaro hat. Querétaro, Mexico. But there are people down there that if you were to walk around wearing a red hat, that would go, that must be MAGA. It says Querétaro, dumbass. But they're looking for any reason to get upset and get triggered.
Yeah.
And so there is a segment down there. It's not the entire community.
No.
There's a lot of great people down there. We met a lot of people that are great and everything else. But there's a segment that are going, hey,
there's a segment that are
on both sides.
On both sides, there's groups that are looking to fight.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking to trigger people.
And I only use the red hat because I happen to have one. I mean, that's just
they're down there trying. They're down there trying to cause shit, and they are so divided, and brought that division with them. They've carried that division to Ahihi with them, and if it's not political division, then it's entitlement division. Well, we were here first, and all these new people are just coming here and ruining it for us.
The prices are going up because
there's find an excuse to fight, and there's people there that will use it, no matter what it is, and that's the thing we did not like. But as far as finding a group that is accepting and a community that is supportive,
I honestly believe we could live in Chapala.
Chapala was great.
I mean,
we love Chapala, but you know why? Why did we love Chapala?
It's Mexicano.
It's Mexican. It's not gringo. Oh, shame on us, I guess. I don't know. Mary lives in Chapala.
Yeah.
Right here. We're in Chapala and love it. And they have a great house. A nice affordable house and a nice neighborhood.
Beautiful view. I mean,
yeah. And when we went to dinner with them, the streets are full of pretty much Mexicans, not gringos.
I know if we could speak Spanish well enough, we'd probably be doing a Mexican channel. But you guys are stuck with us doing it this way. I know you're
stuck with us like this. Yeah. But we like Chapala quite a bit. It was very nice. In fact, the Airbnb video coming out this weekend explains the situation we ran into. I was about to pull the trigger for the last 2 weeks of our stay on one of two places in Chapala. We were just going to, this is it. We're cutting it and we're heading over to Chapala. And then we ended up working some things out with Airbnb support.
Yeah.
and then we just went back to
Well, and
Querétaro.
then we just basically went bag it.
Yeah, we're done. But we could hear some of the conversations that were being held by people, and one of the things was definitely about how new people are ruining it for the people who have been there.
So what? Was the door supposed to close right behind
Yeah.
you? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
the
now here's my question.
the pettiness,
right, and these people never bother to stop to think about this. What if the person who got there right in front of them had the ability to close the door?
Mm-hmm.
Their ass wouldn't be there. I mean, so come on, make it better for everybody.
Yeah, just like it's the pettiness. It's the pettiness. That's the thing. I just, why do you bring this with you? Why you are in a beautiful country with warm people who are accepting you into their culture. Why are you bringing your pettiness? I don't get it.
You know, say.
Yo no sé. When drinking a cold Corona, try a shot or two of Maestro Dobel or Don Julio 70. But not when talking politics in an IHE bar.
Yeah.
We ain't talking politics in an IHE bar. That's like out of the question.
Don Julio's not, but both of those are good. If I can get, if I ever get my hands again on Sammy Hagar's Cabo Wabo Amber,
Ooh.
that was the best tequila I have ever drank in my life. The only thing that it needs is a cube of ice. That was
good stuff, huh?
all,
I think Guadalajara is a better choice, but if you or anyone needs a Gringo fix, you can always take the bus to IHE for the day. Guadalajara is really nice.
It's big.
You're gonna have to live in Guadalajara. You would have to, one, like city life, and two, probably going to want to get used to public transportation, because driving around is woo, baby. It's a lot. But the great thing is they've got plenty of taxis and Ubers and a subway system.
The hardest part, I would think, of moving to a city the size of Guadalajara would be, it would take us years to find the right neighborhood, unless we got really lucky right off the bat, because it is so expansive. That's a lot of ground to cover, and all of them are different. They all have their own, and so finding it's can you catch lightning in a bottle the way that Annie Bette and Arlene did, and found that great house right there in El Pueblito. It works for them and everything else. Okay.
I will say this.
We've been in 3 different places in Querétaro, and we've gotten a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. But, and it's still not the one that we went, number 1 would be Calesa. But I mean, so it's finding out how to even get that information. It takes a lot of boots on the ground time, is what I'm saying.
We haven't even gotten a chance to show you anything from Guadalajara yet, but it's coming. I just want to get through some of the IHE stuff first. But we were in this apartment building. It was 16 floors. And we were on the 10th or 12th?
12. We were on 12. Yeah, I said it was 16 earlier, but yeah, you're right. It was 16. 18 floors.
Was it 18?
18.
And the parking was,
oh my God,
subfloors. And the only way to get to the parking was to take a car elevator. And our car barely fit into the elevator.
If we were driving a Mini Cooper, piece of cake. We're not.
No.
I mean, it literally was pull the mirrors in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like,
we were going to go places in our car.
Oh, hell no.
After The ordeal of getting the car parked.
Hell no, it was coming out one time.
We ain't taking that car out again. So we were like, no, plans changed. We will either get an Uber or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was different. It was definitely different. I have a red hat and it says Querétaro.
Got mine last time we were down there for having dinner with some subscribers, and it was 120 pesos.
Yep.
And I went, give it to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesse. I got yelled at for having a hat with a 47 on it. 47 is the name of the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I almost bought a Braves hat that was the 47 brand. And I went, nope. Because somebody's going to make that exact comment. And so I was like, nope, I'm going new era. So I got a Braves hat that's the new era. And because I was like, I don't want to have to deal with that crap. You know.
The tequila at Bonanza on Lake Chapala in Ajijic is excellent. It is their own. We ate there.
We did.
We didn't have any tequila though.
No, because we were doing a live and we didn't want to get too bad. But Tommy, we got to find a place for the birthday party. So, you know, who knows? You know, KJ, I talked to him about that yesterday, and he was like, oh, yeah, I keep forgetting that there's a birthday party. I'm like, it's your own damn birthday, dummy. You know, so
yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah. So I said, hell, the NFL's throwing a party for it. It's called the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Been in Mexico going on 30 years in all the gringo hubs, Rosarito, Ajijic, San Miguel de Allende, and whenever there's a drunk American talking shit, there's going to be drama. Oh, yes, that is true. But
these people weren't even drunk.
Here's something that happened the other day, and this is unfortunate. It's unfortunate that people immediately jump to conclusions like this. And this happened like hours before I read it. We were in Ajijic, and I went on Facebook, and I saw that somebody made a post.
Oh God, we got problem number one, Facebook.
Well, I know, but this was legit. This was legit. A woman in Ajijic had a small dog. She's Mexican, and she has a small dog. And a person with a large dog, their dog attacked her small dog, picked it up by the mouth and flung it around. And the dog has got some trauma and has to go to a vet. But this is what sucked. The owner of the large dog got in a car and left.
With the dog.
With the dog. While this woman's little dog has been traumatized and injured. Somebody, not the woman, somebody who was witnessing this, took photographs of the license plate of the car that left. They immediately say in their post, you know, they assumed it was somebody from the U.S. It was not.
I took one look at the license plate and I went, nope.
It was not.
They're from Ontario.
It was a Canadian. And he knew based on the fleur-de-lis in the center, which you could barely see. But what I found interesting was that she immediately wanted to know if this was a U.S. plate. And there was about 16 or so comments on it at that point, the majority of them of which said, I believe the letter number combo that starts that is specific to someplace in Canada, and other people confirmed it. And then it came out that these were Ontario plates. But the assumption was from the beginning, this was somebody from the US. And why is that assumption? Why does it, if it's a negative, dirty thing, does it have to be someone from the US? Because shit like this, because this attitude and this talk and just entitlement
and God, how do we even go down this rabbit hole?
Well, we're not going to go too deep because we're
Okay.
almost over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. It's one of those where you just go. You know, we have millions of us who are here in Mexico, and the overwhelming majority of us
Are good people.
are great people
Yeah.
who have learned to assimilate and respect and embrace the Mexican culture, which is just have a great time.
Yeah.
You know, be nice, be respectful, and be a good person. And you got this small percentage
Yeah.
that just jack it up for everybody.
It
You know,
happens.
and it's the same thing, and it's the same thing really that goes on even north of the border. The overwhelming majority of the people would be fine
Yep.
if everybody quit stirring the damn pot.
It's because we're getting triggered. We're getting triggered by everything around us. What next extranjero?
Yeah, see, we're
Is
going down there for the damn birthday
triple
party.
birthmark KJ Tommy. The rest of it is irrelevant. And by the way, why are the numbers 9540 after my name? Well, that's just it, Tom. I think YouTube a few months ago did something to people's logins, because a lot of people in the chat had a different login name that would be displayed. And so
it was about 4 lives ago, 4 or 5 lives ago.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody came up with these new handles.
And I don't think anybody chose to do that. So Corgisaurus, for example, was Jesse.
Yeah.
And Sloppy Joe came up for a while here as Pug Daddy. So Tom,
Groucho was Arlene. I mean, it's just
yeah, it did it, and we don't know why it did it, and it's just it's confusing for us as well. Makes me wonder what we show up as.
That's a scary thought.
Well, I mean,
I
have one account, and I can either choose to log in as me or choose to log in as Gringos. He doesn't have an account, so he logs in as Gringos.
Because I have no social media.
Right. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's driving the odd names that are appearing. But Sloppy Joe got to change to Sloppy Joe. How'd you do it, Sloppy Joe?
Share.
Yeah. Because I bet Jesse would like to be Jesse again. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Well, we should be wrapping up pretty soon here because it's almost 3 hours. Yo. I can tell you that I started watching. So I finished up watching Welcome to Derry. I like it. I liked it a lot. I only watched part 1 of the newer versions of the It movies. I didn't watch part 2. I kind of always got stuck on the made for TV version that had Tim Curry playing Pennywise, which was kind of cheesy in some ways, but that's the version that always runs through my head. So I didn't really watch both movies for the remake. And what I liked about Welcome to Derry is that they introduced the thought of time. I don't want to say time travel, but overlapping of time. That the creature who is Pennywise has the ability to be in multiple times. And I'm not going to tell you, if you haven't been watching it, why this is important, but the revelation in the finale was like, holy crap. So I kind of like that. But I'm looking forward to the final ending of Stranger Things. I don't even know where it's going to go. I've got theories, but I think my theories are going to be blown out of the water. I think I'm totally wrong on where that's going. I finished up the most recent episodes that came out, I think around January last year, maybe, of Outlander. So now I'm just waiting for the final of those to come out. I know there's more coming, but I don't know when. It's very slow. It's forthcoming. It's very slow. I watched the first episode of Blood of My Blood, which is a spin-off from Outlander, kind of a prequel. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm lukewarm on it. It gets better ratings than Outlander, though. And that's pretty much all I've been watching TV-wise over the past month.
Oh.
I actually went back and watched all of Stranger Things all over again. All 4 seasons before I started watching season 5 because I wanted to go back and see some Easter eggs.
Yes, you did.
I watched them all. He couldn't watch them.
No.
It's not his thing.
No. Yeah,
But,
I mean, like right now, I'm reading a book by Ron Eckerman called Turn It Up, which he was the tour manager for Skinner and was on the plane when it went down in October 77. And he was also the man responsible for leasing the plane. So I'm almost done with the book. And, yeah, all it taught me was just because you got a great story doesn't mean you can write a great book.
That's true.
I mean, there's something to be said for hiring somebody to go and write, because he mentioned somebody and then all of a sudden it disappears, and it's like, things that people who know the band and know the history of the band, well, he was there when Ed King left the band, and he never mentions that. He mentions Bob Burns, who was the original drummer, and then the next thing he mentions as far as a drummer is Artemis, and he has never once said what Artemis's last name is. It's Artemis Pyle.
Really?
And I'm going, really? Dude, you introduce a new character, you give the guy's name. Never does anything about any history, or, I mean, it's one of those where, okay, there are questions that if I was the editor of the book, I'd be going, what, who, why, let's fill in the holes. So, but
interesting.
I
know he said he's going to start reading an autobiography from Ann Wilson.
Yes, that's coming up in 2 books.
I made a suggestion that he check out 2 autobiographies that I enjoyed quite a bit. One of them was Keith Richards' autobiography. I know I'm
not a Stones fan.
He's not a Stone. Well, neither am I. But it was a fascinating autobiography. I was really, I appreciated the story. I also liked Roger Daltrey's autobiography. I think it was Thanks for Everything, Mr. Kibblewhite, or something like that. I was just like, I don't know about this. It gave me a new appreciation for who Roger Daltrey really is as a person. The same way Pete Townshend's autobiography made me realize what a narcissistic ass he really is. So, I thought those were good. I also liked Bruce Springsteen's autobiography, mostly because in the beginning he gave a whole lot of what his ethnicity is with his ancestors, his relatives, what the neighborhood was like on his street, how he grew up, surfing at the beach. I mean, it was just a whole lot more than I thought I ever imagined of who Bruce Springsteen is. I don't know. Toward the end, I was like, eh. But these are pretty good.
No, and I mean, the stories, I mean, he started out, this guy owned a lighting company in Houston, Texas. And he was dabbling in promotions and a little bit of that. And he signed on to do 3 weeks worth of tour management with Skinner. And folks, if you know anything about Skinner at all, they were literally a bunch of drunk rednecks. They played beautiful music, but the boys loved their alcohol and their other vices. And they were notorious, for pulling pranks, and they didn't care. If it ripped up a hotel room, so what? They were a handful, to say the least. And so this guy, reading some of the stories about it, it was like, okay, that's interesting, but and then he would just go, okay. The amazing part is they would party all night, be hungover like hell, but their live shows were too, you almost had to see them to believe it. And it's one of those where I'd go, if only, and they had that reputation. And if you ever saw, he talks about being at Nebworth when the crew actually manufactured the extra long cables for Steve Gaines, Alan Collins, and Gary Rossington, because they were opening for the Stones at Nebworth, and the tongue that stuck down into the crowd, they were all told that was only to be used by the Stones, and the boys didn't care. Ronnie got them all going, and they're playing, and you can see it on the documentary. I think it's called Freebird, the documentary. And, Ronnie's pushing them down the tongue, and they're all down there playing, the end of Freebird, and the place is going nuts and everything else. But before they went on stage, they're sharing a joint with Jack Nicholson. It's a lot of name dropping, but it's interesting. And, we're getting close to, I think I'm in August of 77. So we only got about 2 months left to go before.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. So Sloppy Joe has the where to go to change your handle. That still doesn't explain though what happened to everybody's
but at
handles.
least everybody can fix it. So
I don't understand how everybody's handles change. That's the weird thing. What genre is that book? Realistic fiction?
No, it's nonfiction. The guy was actually the tour manager for him, and he was on the plane. And so,
And who is Wendy?
That's a good question.
I don't think Wendy was anybody, and I'll tell you why. Because Bruce Springsteen was not into relationships. He didn't have a driver's license. He used to go into New York City and busk. And he used to surf a lot in Jersey. He was a beach bum. I think he just wrote good songs. Imaginary friend, maybe, So under the settings profile, there you go. And thank you, Andrew.
Thanks, Andrew.
And Andrew's booking out, which I think that's a good sign. I think we're pretty much there too. It's a little bit after 9 for us. So it's definitely after 10 East Coast. And it's probably time to wrap it up.
And in 2 weeks, we'll be doing this on New Year's Eve.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, we may have to skip the next one. Yeah, that's New Year's Eve. That's probably not a good idea. We're here until
the 10th.
Yeah, I think we're going to skip the next one, and instead of 2 weeks, we'll do it in 3 weeks, and we'll do it right on the last Wednesday before we leave, which is a good time for us to be able to kind of
give a wrap up as far as feelings on Manzanillo.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. I think it's a good plan. All right, well, that's it, guys. We're gonna check out for the night. I know this one was a little long and a little boring. I'm sorry. There just isn't a whole lot to report right now because we haven't been here that long and we haven't really gotten out except for the grocery store. So,
no.
Anything you want to add, baby?
Well, I want to say all of you have a wonderful holiday season.
Yes.
It's coming up on that time. If you're getting the luxury of having a white Christmas, hope that you enjoy it and go, maybe cold, but you're getting that lovely time of year, and hope everybody gets a time to spend some with family and cherish those times together. So
and see, yes, and abrazos, Tommy. All right, and we're gonna say good night to y'all. Good night, Jesse and Willie.
Yep.
Merry Christmas, and hope it's a wonderful one. We'll see you again, I guess, in 3 weeks.
In 2026.
Yes. A new year.
A new year.
Year number 4.
That will be it.
It'll be our year number 4, almost. Not quite, but we're in the right year then. So, yes, you too, Annie. Thank you. And Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yep.
All right. We will see you in